Tim,
Oof.
you can't do that.
You could always move and then do it.
I don't want to, though.
I mean,
I will put
does she like Mountain Dew?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so. So let's cruel twist Daredevil.
What red-blooded American couldn't?
Right?
All right, what are we doing?
A cruel twist into Daredevil.
All right, fine.
So this will be 8.
Jesus. Sheesh. God. That scared the hell out of me. I was just in here by myself for like 5 minutes. That just scared the crap out of me.
I have a question. For the art store affiliation battle, can I bring Beta Ray Bill and the Inhumans? Pwetty pwetty please. Who let the dogs out? Who? Who let the dogs out? Who? Who let the dogs out? Who? Who let the dogs out? Who?
That was good. That was well done.
Tim, I say this as your friend and a PCN superfan. Please never say UWU again.
Oh, well. Why?
Tam, you remember when you said that I often make people uncomfortable by violating their personal space? It was hurtful and ruined our bath.
Ah, nuts. If I recall, got to play her a whole ton at Gen Con, and I think yeah, Deadly Origins. If you get the finisher, you get a shock baton follow-up. And a medium advance. New Black Widow is real good. I expect to see her quite a bit. She's a very, very solid 4.
It's cool to see a single character go through almost all the threat values.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, on the opposite side, having Captain America all for Invisible Elves.
Tom, let me tell you, if you think Thursdays are depressing, you should just wait 2 more days. It will be a sadder day.
All right. All right, I didn't see the ending of that one coming, actually. I was like, why? What's going on Saturday? So, yeah, all right. I'll allow it. That was good.
According to the local hospital record, I accidentally drank a bottle of invisible ink last night. I just sat in the waiting room waiting to be seen.
No. But some part of him is missing. He's...
All right. After that one, I deserve a treat.
Examine him back at the
Awesome. So you have her to go last, right?
Jam is my name, no one else is the same. Jam is my name.
Literally the best.
Jam! Jam it!
Jam it!
Jam it, Bobby! Whatever,
According
Tim.
to Greek mythology, bros don't let other bros walk around with their flies down. It's called the zip code.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. We're gonna snap here.
I did some marketing for you as well. I took a poll and at least 100% of the people in the tent were angry when it collapsed.
That sounds like a really intense situation. Huh? Huh?
He's like the tank. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Link Stat. Man, what are these names? Link Static. He had a shock thing. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. Kip Killigan. Yep, he's the sneaky guy. Yep, I do remember that. Vasquez. I don't remember that. Pretty sure that's an Aliens reference, but sure. Oh my gosh, do they have the names of these things? Oh, we can't get the names. Archer. That was his name. He's the leader. That's right. He had the little arm crossbow thing. That's right.
Bring my hands up and like this and pretend I'm a T-Rex. Then I just walk around the backyard. I'm hoping that got clipped. Me and Devin are now adopted by Mike. I am. Oh my God. you are.
Tim on Dan.
Tim on Dan! Yes! Give me a tortilla!
Oh, man!
Do you want bear paw or regular?
Oh, I wouldn't want to take the bear paw away from the first bear slap.
I know it's.
Or bare-handed bear slap.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
I will hold it at the bottom so I don't accidentally punch
Yeah, don't
you.
hit me with your actual. Ow!
So much harder than I thought.
My face broken already.
Dan, you got a strong face, man.
Yeah, that was harder than I was anticipating.
Listen, it was a lot harder than I intended it for it to be too, man.
How many tortillas are we to break?
I feel a little bad about that.
I was doing some thinking about things lately, Tom.
Oh, yeah?
Sarah keeps telling me it is strange that I keep staring at the window every single time there is a heavy rainstorm here in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a lot less weird if she would just let me inside.
We like that. I've learned, and this was a lesson, and you might not believe this because I can't read, but what a good lesson it was for us to stop, to see a text-to-speech from Dr. D and then just stop reading it. Don't read it, Tim. You're going to enjoy it so much more if you don't. And it holds real true. Real true.
I am sorry and want to. According to Greek mythology, why did the computer go to bed? Because it had too many tabs open and needed to crash.
You brought me an entirely different way with it. Oh.
According to Egyptian mythology, ancient builders were not entirely sure how to build pyramids. They could only do it to a certain point.
I don't hate that. I really don't.
Of this brush, and I'm just gonna feather the feet a little bit, just to give it like a little bit of a brown hue to it. Because he's been running around in mud. Because she's a good girl. I just realized I should have clipped that whole spot. I should have clipped that whole full side. If you click, I think if you hit clip, you can go back.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie, an ice cream sundae, and a lemon cheesecake. I thought to myself that the streets seemed oddly deserted.
right, no minimum fishing requirement for this, or I need a.
I leave with this. According to Greek mythology, how do you say goodbye to your two sons? Bison. According to Greek mythology, Dr. D is a mythological comedian.
My glasses and they're not there.
I definitely didn't see that one coming.
Hey! I don't get it.
Because I don't have glasses on.
Okay. I was like, where's Okoye? How much damage she have? She'll spend 1 to pick up the invitation because I guess I should actually try to get points.
Sounds made
I kind
up.
of forgot about those. Invitations, that is.
No breathings.
And then we're going to move over here.
Okay. Friends, countrymen, Marvel Crisis Protocol champions. Hashtag player for MCP. All right, guys, if you have not, sorry, go for it.
Which number of players in the contest champions is 65?
Yes. 65 people. 4 people left. 1 champion, and it is Nate GG of the Gamers Guild. And you know what? Honestly, a great.
Bagging on Cyclops the whole time. That makes me feel real bad about myself. All right, I'm gonna kill your fucking dog now. So, as any good ex, obviously I try to figure out how to lash out immediately and painfully, and I think that it's a good idea that I won't get caught for. So we're gonna rocket punch that fucking dog. So we're gonna spend 3 power for a strength 7 attack.
And
According to a homicide police report, 10 years ago I asked my childhood sweetheart, my best friend, and the most beautiful women in the world to marry me. And amazingly enough, all 3 of them said no.
all right. We'll take it. See it. All right. Let's spin the wheel now that I'm winning. Let's spin the wheel. Here we go. Financial advice, 401k loans. Oh, I hope you're excited. We're going to talk about taking loans from your 401k. All right. This is so stupid. We do that.
According to Greek mythology, Chiron was a half-human, half-horse doctor. I heard he also helps with muscle pain. He's a chiropractor.
So stupid. Hulk for the win. Dr. D having fun. Out. Laser beam, which actually I like a lot. It looks like a fruit roll-up. You know what I mean? After you hold it out a little bit.
I made it.
So-
I made it out of some like heavy gel.
Did you really?
Yeah. So if
Oh,
if I
hell
make
yeah.
another Cyclops, I can make those.
I love that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got a little squished in the flight over, so it was going down.
So, tell me a little bit about. So you've been playing some of the side events today.
Yep, I'm doing the scramble.
Thank you. It's
Hi,
always great to see you. This is our house now. This is our house now. This is our house now. I don't think that worked though. I don't think the voice thing worked. We're gonna break through this wall, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Let's maximize this again. Thank you. 4, 3. We're really rocking now. Ah! No, get away, man! I'm sorry. It wasn't me. I'm friendly. He threw a spear at us. We're going to lose him. We're going to lose him. We're going to lose him. Oh, it's a bear. The boar got me. How's your married butt
Oh yeah,
doing?
I saw all the new stuff in WoW. I got a little too excited and ended up doing a trial, and I created a new character.
You did?
And his name is John C.
There was a level of excitement that I had for you playing classic WoW, and listen, you memed it up. It hurt my soul. Like, it literally hurt my heart. My heart is hurt.
Let's say, of the Professional and Casual Network, Tim, welcome back to the show once again. We are, of course, Professional Casual Network, and we are bringing you, oh yeah, the Power Phase. Tim, we got a very special gift for our friend.
It's an incredibly special gift.
It's, some would say, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm.
It is Organized Play Vibranium Heist. I've been practicing it all day. As we all know, I keep calling it Vermilion Heist. I have no idea why.
You know, that was across. You know better. But now I have.
Is it working now?
It is.
Hello, world.
Why, hello there. So we're back. This is day, I don't know, 45 of AdeptiCon 2026-1. And we are going into the top 32 for Worlds. So there are 32. I can just crop it. He doesn't even.
Oh, that's right. Thanks.
You want to keep moving?
No.
Keep moving it as you're cropping.
But we have a whole shuckle full of butters that are here to compete against each other to win that very first MCP Worlds. This round we have Corey and Dutch from Table 1 over on the Longshanks. I'm getting that Longshanks now so I can post that. And a number of other folks around. We have kind of a big whole, army of high-level individuals that are going to be playing today. I have that Longshanks link now. Here y'all go. It doesn't want me to copy-paste things apparently.
I'm trying to see what color. I think he's got Inhumans.
There we
Yay, Longshanks. Good job.
are. Boop, boop, boop.
So real quick, Vexium, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. A quick reminder before the game really gets started that if you've got Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch account and you get one free sub a month. And we really appreciate when people throw it our way. It doesn't cost you anything extra.
Yes, sir. But yeah, taking a look at some of the other individuals that we have in this top 32, and this is really the veritable who's who of a competitive MCP. We have Corey Age, Johnny Pastrami himself, Spencer
What a
Stevens,
great name.
Jeremiah England, Ben Dorney, Brad Adams, Graham, who we saw yesterday. Graham and Mithrander also won the team event.
They did,
yesterday
yeah.
as well. Mike, never heard of this gentleman before. DeLuca, obviously kidding.
I think it's Delusa.
Oh, DeLuca. Ben, Rev Rightmad, and Alyssa, neck and neck, by the way, as far as their Longshanks rating, so that's pretty dope. Not only that, but now they have a Pork Roll Protocol icon next to their group name.
A little
which
New
is
Jersey
dope.
guy.
Gary McLaughlin, Mike Jansen, Stephen Higgs, Sinister Bubble Hans, Mike Dembois, Brian Freddy, or Brian Frederick, as his lawyers call him, Wyatt Kitchen Glodgett, Lucas Jantz, Cole Goldsmith, Dutch, who we're going to see on stream here right now, Wade Lawson, Dan Steinmetz, Zach Magneto was right, Vredenberg, Sean Reynolds, Tyler Nichols, Jeff Pennies, just kidding, Jeff Swan, Jagius, Adam Fowles, Joe Badwerf Jurek, Matthew Getz, Ryan Cartwright, and Jobs 92. Yeah, who's got the priority? Corey's got priority.
Ooh,
17.
17. It seems so low after yesterday's team games.
Infinity Formula and Unexpected Guests. We've been seeing quite a bit of Infinity Formula this
Both
weekend.
of these. Unexpected Guests a number
And
of times.
Unexpected Guest has absolutely been here as well.
Some early favorites of those new crises. Which, super exciting at the studio reveal last night. Will Schick told us that we're going to be getting that every year going forward. A new pack of crisis cards next year. He already told us the theme for next year is Mutants and Sentinels. Which is so exciting, because I love both of those things. That new Nimrod. I can't wait to see it in the case.
Correct. Do we know what affiliations these guys are playing?
Corey looks like Inhumans, because that's pretty much all I see on his thing.
And perfect. That's actually, because it's no longer the team event, we can actually look them up a little bit easier.
Oh,
on
right.
Picks.
I don't remember what Dutch had.
Dutch is running his
is blank.
not MCT coded.
I can't remember what he had the other day.
Flip back.
Oh, right. I have it all written down. That's crazy.
Oh, my God. The Sentinels, though. How about them Sentinels? The Nimrod miniature looks insane.
He also played in Inhumans.
Is this an
the other day.
Inhumans off? Who's more human than Inhuman? More human than Inhuman.
I guess
that was
we'll see.
a little white zombie for you.
Does anybody get? We have the booth. I don't know if it's open yet. The vendor hall. It might be now that it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we haven't had a chance to go see it yet. But we'll make sure we get pictures in our Discord.
Yeah, if you think for a single hot second that I'm not going to be getting a lot of pictures of Nimrod, you should be exterminated.
So we want to do an exclamation Discord in there if people want to join up.
Oh, yeah.
The PCN Fellowship Discord. Yeah, we'll get that. We'll set. I'm sure Lindsay will get pictures for us.
Yeah.
Quickly, because I know people are excited to see that newly filled case. We know Dallas, after they closed the vendor hall, he filled the case with all the new stuff that was shown off last night for us to see today. I can't wait to see that Nimrod. It looks amazing.
For real. Well, and Bastion, and Omega Sentinel, and he said something, Omega Prime Sentinel or something like that?
He said that's what we're going to get in the Crisis set next year.
Yeah.
Whatever Omega Prime Sentinel. Because I think that's like what we saw in X-Men 97, like when Bastion's things were taking over people, they became Omega Prime Sentinels.
Yeah.
It's a little confusing. Like he said, it's confusing because there's Prime, Sentinel Prime, and then we have Omega Sentinel, and then we have Omega Prime Sentinels that are not the same as the other two.
Yeah. I need Cable or Bishop to teleport me to next year to get those Sentinels. That's actually a pretty good idea.
I thought you said Keebler or Bishop at first, and I was like, how is Keebler teleporting?
Right? Well, sometimes at the end of the day, you might do what you can, but you're going to end up right back next to old Keebler.
My favorite part of that whole thing is old Keebler.
Old Keebler.
I'm pretty sure he's younger than us.
So seeing Lucas Sheik walk around, he went 7-1 yesterday, or 7-1 this weekend so far.
Wow.
And he qualified to be in the top 32 in Top Worlds, but he wants to take his throne back, baby, with Timeline. So he's going to be playing the Timeline today. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Need that Spider-Man 2099 like right now for real. That is probably my favorite Spider sculpt so far.
I hate Spider-Ham personally and aggressively.
I'm really not
I
a Spider-Ham
did see his
fan
card.
either, so
He's
there'll
actually-
be nothing but Spider-Man hate on this stream today.
No, but actually he looks really good as a two threat. He can provide a whole ton of status conditions. He has some damage reduction. He's got that yoink. Like, yeah.
But yeah, him being a two threat. So I didn't. Schick was joking last night about. They said they weren't going to make any more two threats, and he's like, "Here's a two threat." I don't remember them ever saying that, but I'm glad that they were not truthful because I love two threats. I understand they're difficult to balance.
Yes. Yeah. Black Bolt. This is for Corey.
Oh, sorry. Not Spider-Man hate, Spider-Ham hate.
Yeah. Black Bolt. Miss Marvel. Beast,
Yay.
Miles.
Beast, nice.
And Baron Zemo. We have Fallback Embrace. I am a Baron. Terra Genesis, and Recalibration Matrox.
Terra Genesis is in?
Yep, Terra Genesis and Recal. And then over for Dutch, we have Black Bolt,
What?
Lockjaw, Beast, Beta Ray Bill, and Toad. Naruto.
He's back. I can't. I'm so excited that we have an Inhumans off.
Yeah.
Does it listen though? She's right over there.
And for tactics cards, we have Fallback Embrace, Terra Genesis, Inhuman Royal Family, Attilian Rising. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
I forgot how to spell them. Anyway, Terra Genesis. I'm just gonna put some squiggles. You'll know what the rest of that word is.
Yeah.
Probably. Whee! Oh wow, that is.
Yeah, that's
That
real
has stepped
bad.
up its game.
Yep.
We've got objectives out.
The
We've got
dice is-
squads. Oh, Corey's
Yeah,
measuring with that
stop
new
now, but it was
Iceman
really flipping out.
range ruler. Baron Zemo, first deployed up top. Anytime you say I cast gun is great. Coda, you should watch Saruman's.
Yeah, for
Dr.
real.
D's favorite thing is to cast gun in that. That's most. I think last time we played, that's all he said because he was sick, but he still
Yeah.
joined the game and he was like, I cast gun.
I cast gun.
Morning Grande Diaz. We got Lockjaw facing off against Baron Zemo, the goodest boy. Would you like
Yeah.
this pen to fidget with, or are you good with that sticker?
I'm good with this Target acquired gaming sticker for now, but yeah. So Dan, what was your most hype
Oh,
reveal
yeah.
last night?
Taylor just scared me. Most hype reveal last night. I really like Nimrod. That's very exciting. I love the idea of the customizable characters in Legion. I think is super cool.
Yeah.
And like, it's just kind of it was one of those like, yes, finally, good. That's great. For MCP, Ironmonger was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
He looks awesome. I love the big dude. So like Ironmonger is super exciting. I love Bastion. Like I said, he as a villain, he has a special place in my heart for getting me back into comics. So just the Sentinels in general.
One that I, similar to Ironmonger, that I certainly was not expecting in any way, shape, or form, and especially as part of one of my favorite, hopefully at some point, future affiliations, the Young Avengers.
Oh, yeah,
I
Iron
definitely
Lad.
did not think Iron Lad was going to pop up.
No.
And I certainly wouldn't have put money on him showing up before Wiccan or Kate Bishop or Hulkling or Young Loki or Patriot.
Well, we know too that at these reveals they don't show us everything. We get some prizes throughout the year as well. Taylor, what was yours?
My turn.
He's raising his hand.
Moonstar means we're gonna get a demon.
Oh my God, how did I forget Danny Moonstar? Yes, I'm so excited. He said Danny Moonstar means we're going to get a Demon Bear, which it doesn't, but
That's what it means.
the Valkyrie on the Pegasus looks awesome. Warriors 3.
Yeah, so your brother
There
might
were so
finally
many.
start playing this game because Warrior 3, right?
He
I think
has
he
some
made that
stuff.
declaration years ago.
I'm pretty sure he did. Did you message him about that yet? I know he bought the OG Thor and Loki box back when it came out. We played a couple games, but then he moved 2 hours away like a punk.
Yeah.
But there was I love the idea of the starter boxes. Like, I don't need it, but I love that idea.
Yes.
Instead of the big core box, you can get, and I love that it's a full roster, 10 models. It comes with like tokens and movement sticks and everything you need, I believe. And they were under $100.
Yeah, so very legitimately, I think what we saw kind of across the field yesterday for all game systems that AMG is doing is new player efficiency and ease, right?
Yeah.
So like, I was excited about those new starter boxes for both MCP and Legion. It was like,
the Legion one was great too.
Okay.
And both kinds are under $100.
Oh,
is
and
like a
Grievous on a
great
wheelie
price
boy.
point.
Like,
Oh, the
come
wheels, yeah.
And then the Magna Guard on one as well.
No, it was all good stuff. Hey Tim, look, I got a Wiglet for you.
So Beast is gonna move up and grab a unexpected guest.
Good job, Beast.
I didn't open any of my
Corey's
packs
Beast.
yesterday.
Let's see, we got 2 Beasts and 2 thing.
That's actually super cool. That's a really good idea.
Oh, I like. Can I show that real quick? I like what he's got here. This is. No, whose is it? Corey's got a little label on there for Beast to say that he can be Pestilence and War if he's playing Apocalypse. I think that's a great idea to help you remember that stuff.
I got a Grafafafafai.
Grafaifa, yeah. He's cute.
And a Tentacruel.
I got an Alakazam.
Nice.
Another Charmander that doesn't take as much energy to do stuff, so I'm going to be switching that deck around.
Well, heck yeah.
Whee! The X-Men starter set is also half Brotherhood.
Well, I think that's awesome because now you can run 2 affiliations out of the same starter box.
Yeah, which I think is pretty great.
Lockjaw,
the Defender's box looks
teleporting Black Bolt.
awesome.
He's going to pick up a wedding guest.
No, like I said, it was all great stuff. I love that they announced rebalance for Shatterpoint, which I did not expect at all for some reason.
Yeah, I was kind of a little taken back at first by that, but then I was like, oh yeah, I mean, it's kind of about that time.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Pulled a shiny catfish?
I guess so.
What's a catfish?
I don't know.
Need a rules rebalance for it. Yeah, they said a whole bunch of characters are getting retooled for that, which is exciting.
Miss Marvel moves up and grabs a guest.
She says, hey, can I help you?
But yeah, was that May this year that we're getting updates for MCP models?
I believe so. I think, yeah.
Yeah, April
Yeah.
is the developmental whatever they called it. It's still early, y'all. My caffeine hasn't fully kicked in yet.
Morning, Harley Winchester. I'm not sure if we responded to that on YouTube. Such a nice Wakanda mat for real. We got some more James Wapple terrain on it, which is gorgeous, especially that Panther statue in the top right with that OSL that looks perfect.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, for real.
Let's see, we had Toad go grab a person. He said, come with me.
Also, I love the entire Summers family. Pretty stoked that Havoc is is going to be there, and if
There's so much I forgot most of it. Jubilee finally finishing up the 90s X-Men.
That's
Multiple
what
Man.
Nick was talking about on the way out here, and actually Schick said on stage too. It's like, okay, we can end the game now. Jubilee's finally out. You can stop asking.
Right, we're done with X-Men. We finished them.
And I really hope Danny Moonstar ends up becoming a New Mutants leader as well.
She absolutely should be.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Oh, picture of Painted Nimrod. I love Danny Moonstar as a character. I think she's fantastic. I'm super excited for her in the game. Yo, that Nimrod though.
Black Bolt just climbed a tree. Here, let me see if I can get this.
I love that.
Showing
For all
here
the
real
initial
quick.
print and play
I love how
cartridges.
our
Thanks,
stream is
Otis.
in the bottom of that screenshot, Matt, by the way. Like, I absolutely love that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's so good. I didn't realize that was happening at first. All right, we've got Duchess Beast moved up to that secure. Doing some measuring. And he's done. Nimrod. Yeah, look at that.
Look at
Boom.
that Nimrod.
I love how chunky he is.
Yeah.
He's a chunky boy.
Miles is going to web swing with
So-
those brand new 2025 range rulers.
I need to get a set of those.
You have a set.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we got those paper bags and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Thanks, AMG. I love you. I'm just so excited for that Iceman one.
All right, and that does
Bunch of measuring here.
look like he's going to be good. To get the...
Oh, he's Inhumans. I was like, how did he have enough power to web swing already? Inhumans can
Webline
just
kick and
pass
beast.
power around.
Showing...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's 6 out of 6?
Yeah.
That's
Blocking 3 of those,
bonkers.
so 3 going through, looks like, unless Beast decides to re-roll and does, and blocks 4 of it. So he's going to
Jeez.
be taking 2.
That's amazing. They get a roll. We saw a lot of that yesterday, too, where it's like, the attacker had an amazing roll, but
Yeah.
so did the defenders. That was intense. And we got a push from it, looks like.
And then we will get the throw with the wild
Oh,
trigger
throw.
into Naruto. So that's going to have Beast taking 3 damage total.
Toad blocks nothing.
And Naruto is taking the whole thing. That is a live on 1. That is our first MCP special of the day.
Woo!
We're going to go with Bill next for Dutch.
Oh, that was a fantastic activation by Spider-Man
Yeah,
there.
very much so.
That was crazy. Looks like we're going to get a double move from Bill.
The old double Bill move.
So let's get an idea of where Corey's Beast could end up, it looks like. Measuring for potential throw here.
Yeah.
Well, since he's also in Humans, Bill has the power to do that.
Call him Alexander Graham Bell because he's telegraphing that throw next turn.
Telegraphing?
Yeah.
So
And
close.
He is going to throw that big old kitty, and the whole thing's going to go through. Blocking nothing.
These beasts just don't know how to get out of the way of these things
That's
today.
going to be 4 damage on Beast. And he is alive on 1. That's nice 4. Oh,
Yikes.
ouchie wouchies. MCP special number 2 of the round.
Already? Wow.
Yeah. People ask in the chat, what's a telegraph?
And what's that to do with Alexander Graham Bell?
Oh, Alexander Graham Bell was a big fan of the telegraph. He actually sent me a telegraph postcard about it. The person arrived and said, "Telegraph Graham for Tim," and I said, "Oh, thank you."
You need more sleep tonight.
What? Yeah, I took my sleep meds last night at like 11:30 and was like, okay, I'll go down for like an hour. My sleep meds will kick in. I got back to the room at like 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, you're
So,
crazy.
Listen, there were some parties that we had to break up last night. So
Parties you had to break up?
yeah, there were some emergency calls coming into Tisdale and Charles about a party to break up. So we went and did that.
Like to go crash one?
Yeah, not the crash one, to like empty the room out. Master Punch into Baron Zemo.
Well, this is gonna hurt. 3 wilds.
Showing 3. Guys, I am sorry about that camera. We are going to address that in between rounds. And that is going to have the Punch having 3 damage and then a range 1 placed.
You screaming get off my lawn at those parties?
I was. I went in there and I was like, "That's my purse. I don't know you."
And they're like, I don't know you either.
They were like, "Oh my God, is that Tim France from Elite 8 Showdown?"
Yeah, because that show ever had video.
What's that? Yeah. That show did have video.
Did?
On the Patreon, yeah.
Oh.
And Zemo's alive on 1.
Oh my God, 3
I-
in the first round?
This game might be real quick, boys.
This is crazy.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 3 going into round 2. Inhumans really kind of coming out with a strong start this time.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, one absolutely. I was just kind of letting that one linger. I wanted to see if Tim would realize, or if he was just going to double down. And I should have known that he was just going to double down.
Have you met me?
That was a quick first round, but also bloody.
I don't know who made the telegram, but telegram made the pun work, so I just went with something close enough.
So your brain went first, so you just ran with it?
Yeah.
Why not?
I think at this point we know that I say things I know are wrong.
Like what was it, in Rome and Greece? They're both cities or something? You got Chance so mad that day.
Oh, man.
It was very funny.
Love it. The telegram.
What'd he say?
Nothing. He didn't say nothing.
Is he just being mean?
No.
Meanie Taylor?
He was not being mean, no.
Yeah, he was. I bet.
He was making an internet joke.
I'm pretty sure that's his entire vocabulary.
Yeah. Yep.
His personality is internet jokes. All right. So Corey still has Prio, right? Because of the same number of characters.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Oh, I just realized that Black Bolt is standing on top of those trees. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no, jokes are back.
Here we go. Master Swordsman and Steel Rush from Corey into Black Bolt.
Oh.
And Black Bolt is going to pay for the defense.
Oh,
and
there's a
it's
Tim
not gonna
France
work out for him,
roll.
but listen, not everyone can beat Dormammu.
Oh, Master Swordsman, he rolls everything. All right, 3 hits.
So he's got 3.
It was a
Zemo
wild,
reroll.
only blocking 1.
Wow, that is
Okay.
rough. That is
After that initial roll, getting 2 damage is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Medium advance to get back on the point.
And you stab him again. Oh. Miss Marvel's doing something?
Is going to hand off at power with the Inhumans affiliation.
Nice.
To Zemo.
Steel
Should
Rush
get him
again?
enough. No, probably it's going to be a Master Swordsman builder. I am a Baron, gains 2 power. And it will be a Steel Rush with Master
Boom, I should have made that my call.
Right?
All right.
Rough.
Pretty similar roll.
4 shields and
Master Swordsman, bunch more shields. We got a crit.
Wow.
1 after all
Nothing.
that.
Nothing.
Baron Zemo is tired as Tim.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure Corey is not too pleased with that
Correct.
initial activation. That was a little rough.
Yep.
Getting 2 damage on him, and he does have another medium move if he wants, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he's going to stay on that point with Miss Marvel, though.
He might rotate a little bit, but yeah, Baron Zemo's caffeine hasn't quite hit yet either.
Wake up, Zemo! He's not getting enough oxygen through that mask.
You know what? It is surprisingly warm out yesterday after it rained. Really kind of warmed stuff up.
That
out
was
there.
weird. Yeah, it was
And,
like cold yesterday morning and
yeah.
thunderstorming. And then we left at like 11 o'clock. It was 70 degrees.
Correct.
What is going on in the Midwest?
We stopped at an Italian restaurant last night.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like one of the
man.
few places that was open. They were only open for 15 minutes, so we said we'll be really quick. And I got some fried calamari that was so perfectly salted.
Really?
Every bite was perfectly crisp, and you get that salt like burst. Oh my God, it was good.
I went back and ate 2 Fig Newtons and went to sleep.
Oh, fair.
That was my dinner. 70 degrees here in New York. Okay, it was like 60 something this morning when we took the shuttle over.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like it. That's what the sign said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we've got another heat wave here. Looks like Beta Ray Bill's looking to throw this surprisingly size 2 tree.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of people get thrown off by that because it's a pretty big piece, but it's a tree, so it's
Density
not
is a
very.
big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a big hunk of rock.
Well, there are benches on it for people to sit on, but they also could be made out of wood
True.
or leaf.
Or leaf?
Yeah,
I
or
feel
leaf.
like leaves wouldn't make a very good bench for people.
Well, maybe
Structural integrity is pretty
they're
bad.
they could be sewn together with vibranium.
This seems like a wasteful use of vibranium.
Well, they're not going to share it with the world, so might as well do something dumb with
I
it.
guess that's true. What about 80 in DC? Good
Yuck.
lord, it's
Yuck.
too warm for March.
You're my boy, Big Blue.
What do they do when the leaves, like, biodegrade or like bugs eat them?
Oh, vibranium keeps them alive, probably.
Oh, fair. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's too many degrees, Big Blue. You should do something about that.
All right, Dutch's Beast is gonna go.
Oh, just kidding. That wasn't Beta Ray Bill going. They're
Toad
measuring
has
something.
the power to Beast.
Getting some. I think he wants to get Beast so he's not within 2 of Black Bolt. No, that doesn't make sense. Because he's got range 3 on his punch and stuff.
Just like Omnis's new podcast, Move, Throw.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was measuring to be in range to throw him instead. Rather have that than the 30s and 40s it has been. Okay. Fair. I just want it to be like 72 every day. Room temperature, all the time. Except right before Christmas, like the couple, Christmas season can be cold and snowy.
Then we're going to have a Terragenesis roll.
1.
Just 1.
72
that-
light breeze, perfect.
That is going to Daze Beast. That's a very good use of Terragenesis, making sure you can just clip him off because he's holding an objective.
I don't remember how that card works. Is it like Sinister Traps and stuff,
It is.
except
Yep.
you just do it on somebody?
Correct.
That's real good. Oh, and he dropped a person that Dutch's Beast picks up. I really appreciate that Corey's models are painted slightly differently. Like Corey's Beast is gray, and
Does
his
he gain
Black
2
Bolt is
victory
red.
points for that? Choose an enemy character holding a civilian token within 3, roll 4 dice, and deal 1
Oh
damage.
wow, that's
If
crazy
the enemy
good.
character is dazed or KO'd, you score 2 VP.
That's
Wow.
insane.
Good job, Dutch.
Bing bong, 2 more points there. Well, Corey can do that back at some point.
Miss Marvel into Black Bolt. Inhumans reroll. Blocking nothing, so 3's going to go through.
Yikes, that's a mighty slap from Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess when she's embiggened it's a slap. This is just a polymorph punch
Why
or something.
roll more dice?
The new location's pretty dope on Absolute. The exhibit hall is gigantic.
Yeah.
Like, just our area, like the AMG third of it is like, what, 50% bigger than last year?
Yes, that's the big thing about Terragenesis is that they do have to be holding a civilian token.
Oh,
So
it's
with
even better timing
the
then.
new Crisis from the War Kings pack, it did add some more extracts that were civilian tokens. Unexpected Guests being a very popular one of those.
I can see why. Very cool.
All right. And after the embiggen on Miss Marvel, we're going to slap him again, showing
Now it's the
3 with a crit, blocking 2 on the defense.
She gets a bunch of rerolls here by being bigger and an Inhuman,
Yep.
but a skull. Ooh,
And gets them all,
rerolls.
So that's 5 on Tooth, another 3 damage.
Jeez.
And that is going to daze Black Bolt.
100% success on reroll is nice. He's dazed?
That dazes Black Bolt with only 3 power on him, too, which
Wow.
is yuck.
That's insanely good for
Are
Corey.
they staying in Milwaukee for next year? Yes. This is the future and current home of AdeptiCon for probably several years. And the really cool thing about this hall is it's set up exactly like it was at AdeptiCon. AMG to the left, Exhibitor in the middle, 40K and Warhammer on the right. So like it is going to be very familiar for those of you that are used to the Schomburg. Once you get up to this 3rd floor, you're like, oh yeah, I know right where everything is. It's actually very convenient.
There's been a couple times where I've walked out the doors and been like, whoa, all right, we're in Milwaukee now,
Yeah.
not where we were the last few years.
Yep.
Because it looks so similar here. It's just
It
bigger.
very much does.
It's probably the biggest room I've ever been in.
You've been at Gen Con.
Fair, but Gen Con seems smaller because the room like wrapped around. It was like big L shape. This is just one big rectangle.
That's a double move from Toad, and then he's gonna hop, hop, hop
That
all
thing
day
is
long.
no Kumas.
Hop,
That's
hop, hop. Only sings his song.
very true. I do miss the Depta-Burger.
Yeah.
That thing was ridiculous and awesome.
So that is gonna have Toad right within pet range of Lockjaw. Very nice.
Kuma's corner dice. I love those.
More like Akuma. Akuma?
Matana?
Akamaru. Nope.
What are you saying?
Kiba.
No, that's Keebler. He's right there.
Yeah.
Hi, Coopster. Thanks for the
track.
follow.
Akuma Matata. Don't Akuma.
What's Akuma with you? All right, Miss. Who went after what? Oh, Toad just went.
Yeah, Toad went up to get in the pet range.
Miles is looking to web swing again. Looks like. He's gonna ice slide.
What did you just say to me? Miles is figuring out where to web swing.
Yeah, he said. Well, I said he was gonna ice slide because he has the
gotcha.
range 3 ice ruler.
Oh, and he fell down. He hurt his tummy.
Oh, I hurt.
Oh.
Akuma, isn't that from Street Fighter?
I was referencing Kung Pao. I fell down and
No,
hurt
the-
my tummy. Oh, Akuma from Street Fighter, yeah.
I always liked him. He's cool looking.
Do you know what the back of his gi says?
Nope.
Bad.
Oh, was he trying to be like Vegeta?
I guess so.
He's one of my favorite gi wearing fighters in that, but nobody holds a torch to Dan.
Dan, 100%.
For obvious reasons.
Yep. I actually like Dan in Street Fighter.
I'm shocked by this.
Yeah, I like to flex on people. So.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I love this. My favorite is when he autographs a thing and then throws it as an attack, but it doesn't go very far at all. He's so good. What's this?
Master Punch into Beast showing. Wow. 6.
Oh,
huge
this
reroll.
Black Bolt's mad.
Blocking 2.
He's dazed. Dazed.
And Beast is gonna daze.
Amazing VHS. We've had like 3 dazes so far. Where have you been?
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I don't know if he's talking to me, saying Dan, or is he like Dan from Street Fighter?
KO!
There it is. Thank you. That crazy hippopotamus. I love it.
And that is going to have Black Bolt picking up the unexpected guest.
Oh, some sheets I ordered off of TikTok got delivered.
And Lockjaw's up. He is the goodest boy. He's going to get 3 power about it.
And this one will go in the square hole.
In the square hole.
Hi, Cord.
Lockjaw's going to teleport Toad onto the point. Lockjaw looks like he's probably going to move up and throw some stuff.
KO!
He's making up for it now.
Making up for lost knockouts.
I saw last night during the reveal stream, like the first thing was, I think I missed a few, and then they just played that. Catching up.
And then Lockjaw is going to pass a power to Toad.
Cord, why don't we have this off for commentating? Now everything's going to be so blurry. Taylor, lose the glasses. Good job. He did it. He lost the glasses. Now I'm just going to squint the whole time.
KO!
Yeah, our site got KO'd. I always forget, Tim, are you nearsighted or farsighted?
I am nearsighted. I can see better with these on. Oh, hell yeah.
I have astigmatism, so everything's blurry.
Wherever you are.
Huh? Who was that?
So... To me, my Twitch chat.
I see some power moving around off of Miles, it looks
Yep,
like,
looks
making
Miles,
change.
Miles is sharing his power a little
Wonder
bit.
where it's going. Miles hasn't gone yet. And Baron Zemo hasn't. No, Baron Zemo went first.
Yeah, Zemo.
Does he just have Miles left then?
I believe it might just be Miles left.
Yeah. No, that's Toad. Never mind.
Toad.
Interesting. Dutch is playing
Hydrate.
super aggressive. He's got. Oh no, Lockjaw's back there too, but they've completely abandoned that bottom left objective.
Yeah. Well, when you're applying the threat to so many other places and giving him really blue squishy targets like Beast, you know. Sometimes it's easy to distract somebody.
Double hydrate. There we go.
Oh, a double?
Well, they're always double.
Oh, yeah.
Double, one hop. Thanks, Grande.
Make sure you at home are hydrating as well. Staying hydrated while watching PCN is a very good idea, as sometimes you'll groan so hard you cry. Normally it'd be you laugh so hard till you cry, but...
Oh, because your bad jokes are going to groan.
This is who and who?
Don't hurt your neck rolling your eyes.
Miles kick into Bill. Bill blocking, looks like one. But, yeah, Buck got the wild trigger.
Amazing VHS. Coffee is a diuretic. It is not going to hydrate you. I hope you know. Hi. Yeah?
So then looks like we're going to
No, I'm responding to a message this time.
Onto that back infinity canister. Tim sent some more pics of painted stuff. Oh,
Ooh.
thank you.
Exciting.
And then we're going to kick again. This time with feeling. There's another throw, only showing 3. Bill blocking 2. Doesn't look like he's going to pay to reduce.
Thank you for checking.
Must want the power.
If I'm dehydrated, I can then drink more coffee. The logic is too powerful, too precise, too good. Oh.
And that is going to throw Bill up to his already somewhat heavy top left.
I mean, I guess if you like coffee, that's
Infinity
fair.
formula.
I am not a coffee drinker, so
Yes.
I can't relate. Yes, like you're also not a coffee drinker?
No, I'm a coffee drinker. I was confirming that you were not a coffee drinker.
I don't know if I've ever seen you drink coffee.
Really? I like coffee.
Huh.
Specifically cold brew.
That's right. You and Danny talk about cold brew all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always see you drink like energy drinks and stuff.
Yeah, so as at a con, white monsters are just incredibly more convenient than trying to like put a bottle of cold, like one of the big bottles of cold brew in the thing. And I'm not a huge fan of the pre-canned cold brew stuff. It's just older.
Taylor, it's Matt Alex.
Oh my God, it's Matt Alex.
It's Matt Alex.
Who is that?
Good.
He's in here live from the internet.
I've been on your stream.
Oh, that guy.
I'm the official AMG button pusher. How dare you?
Yeah, Taylor, how's your finger doing after all that button pushing last night?
Oh, he got a hand massage last night.
Specifically an index finger massage.
From Will Schick.
Will Schick did massage his index finger after the first 2 rounds of reveals to warm him up for that Legion one,
Which was
it was
good,
pretty
'cause
massive.
The Legion one was pretty big.
Yeah.
Legion players have got to be real happy right now.
We stopped after MCP and I went, how many slides are left?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle this, Will.
I saw we were going into that, and I was like, half the presentation is Legion left. All right, let's go. It got me hyped for Legion, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, same.
Bill is going to double move.
My favorite part of that is the Rebels starter box comes with Wookiees.
Yeah.
I love Wookiees.
I think that is going to be our 5 minutes.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wow, it is blue in here. So we are going to double walk Baron, throw Zemo into Miss Marvel.
Double move Bill.
Zemo is going to daze. Miss Marvel takes nothing because she blocks it all.
You just see the rest of the updates in April? Fair?
Yeah, it's less than a month away. It's like 2 weeks.
April? It's in 3 days.
It's on the 15th of April.
Oh, the reveal's in 2. I got what you're saying. I thought you meant April's in 2 weeks.
All right.
My birthday's in like 2 weeks.
And 9 to 7.
Yeah,
So
my daughter's birthday is like exactly 2 weeks.
That Terrigenesis really being pretty massive here and making sure that Dutch is maintaining that lead. Otherwise, it would be break even right now.
Yeah, that's huge.
So,
But
I
Corey
mean,
could clamp back with that same play
very
at some
much
point.
So, very much so.
Let's see who's got those. Lockjaw's got a civilian, and whatever card he has at the bottom. Toad. Toad's a prime target for that
Toad is a
Terrigenesis
very
with low
big
health.
target for that. He is pretty far away, as is Lockjaw. So like you're gonna have to actually go after them.
Let's see. Oh, Toad does have damage on him. Oh, right, because Toad was at the bottom of the screen before.
Yep.
Lockjaw, I think, is untouched.
He rotated up to the top. Rotated.
Toaded.
Rotated.
Totated.
Yeah, totated.
Mortated. Turtonator. That's a Pokemon.
And every single individual in this game getting extra power from the Infinity Canister.
Yo, that's crazy.
Right?
That's so much power.
No
I
one
have the power.
Inhuman should have all that power.
Yeah, everybody got some.
Yeah. Thank you. Can we just take a moment and like...
A moment.
I know it may not come through incredibly clearly on stream, but those cat statues that Waffle painted look incredible.
I'm blown away by those every year that we've gotten to see them. Might be just be the second, but
yeah.
And that one's not even one with OSL on it.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of it's fantastic as well, but his object source lighting is just top notch.
Miss Marvel gonna walk. She go pet that dog.
Pet that dog.
Zemo's gonna give her a little bit of power.
Here you go.
Now she's sitting on 6 power. She's gonna spend 3 to embiggen.
The embiggen, you can get a lot of movement out of that. Place within one large base, and then after activation's over, she retransforms
not
back.
Embiggen, it's a Terragenesis on Toad.
There we go. I said it was going to happen. And I don't know if he needs hits. That's it.
So that is going to grab
2 for Corey and ties it back up.
Tied up 9 to 9.
I don't know if I've ever seen Terragenesis used before, and then to have it go off twice this game and trigger the extra points twice, that's crazy.
And now will be the Embiggen.
The Toad dropped that.
And that is pretty
drop it way back there.
That's a good question. She already has one. So that could be a big reason of dropping it back there.
It was a daze, yes. Amazing
And we're going to get a big old fist on Lockjaw, who's going to block
a lot of skulls.
There's going to be 4 skulls there, however.
Just one with the crit.
Block 2, so even if the reroll were to convert, it would still do nothing.
Oh, Kill Panic.
Welcome back, Kill Panic.
Great news, everyone.
KO!
Thanks, VHS.
VHS is getting probably more than one of our VHSs. He's been so on the ball with these. Yep.
Are we ready for MCP Trivia today?
We are going to be doing 2 today, by the way. 2 giveaways today.
What?
Yep. Also at 11 o'clock, we are going to be having an interview with William Schick. He's going to be stopping by.
What a good dude.
I got to go over and escort him here at 10:45.
Otherwise he gets lost, right?
Otherwise he will get lost.
Because he just like ends up talking with a million people on the way.
Correct.
Storage Unit has about 1,000 plus VHSs. For real, are you like actually like an archivist kind of that like have a big, obviously have a big collection of VHSs, but
that is a great question. Toxic Tim engaged. Dan?
No, I don't. I'm scared.
No.
You gotta go slap Ben.
Okay, so we have Attilian Rising, and then Inhuman Royal Family as well.
Whoa, double tactics card.
So Lockjaw, Beast, and Black Ball all getting 2 power because they're stupid idiots and they're on their dumb injured side. Way to go, Inhumans. More like dead humans.
More doctors or more assassins? I'm gonna go with more assassins.
I think there's more doctors.
Doctor Strange, Dr. Voodoo.
Dr. Octopus,
Oh, there's 3 different two different Dr. Octopuses.
Yep.
Does each count?
Yeah. Dr. Banner.
No.
Black Bolt Builder into Zemo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Block of 2. Block of 3. Reroll. Nope. Couldn't take 1. Oh, but with a Pierce, we'll take 2.
I love the idea of the acrylic stat cards. That sounds awesome.
I hate acrylic and cards. I'm toxic, Tim.
Then you just ask, where are all the buildings I printed, and can they play with them? What do you mean play with them?
Dr. Sayers, Dr. Sayers. Dr. Sayers, Dr. Sayers. Dr. Sayers, Dr. Sayers. Ooh, Dr. Sayers. One from the Counter-Strike going through. And it's time to whisper in your ear. Tell me all things that you want to hear.
Oh no, we're getting a whisper?
And because of the Inhuman royal family, he's going to be able to re-roll as much as he wants, but he might not really need to. Showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, that's a lot of dice.
And he's down.
What kind of degree makes voodoo a doctor? No idea, Deaton. That's a good question. Probably psychiatry.
Yeah. Is it legal at AdeptiCon to proxy a model with one made out of cheese?
K.O.
I mean, you're in Wisconsin.
You're in Wisconsin.
It's got to be cheese curd.
So it might be against the AdeptiCon rules, but it is Milwaukee law that it is allowed.
K.O.
Hitting Beast. Beast blocking 1.
Wow.
Inhuman reroll. Not converting, showing 3, blocking 1. He's going to pay for a Beast reroll and will block 2 out of the 3, taking 1.
As long as it's 51% or more of AMG cheese.
Oh, Pierce with
That's
take
good.
2. I keep forgetting the Pierce. Seems bad for a man to talk to ghosts of his dead brother to be giving mental health advice. Yeah, valid. But, I mean, at least he can prove it. He's like, it's right here. Want me to possess you with him and drop all your
That
tokens?
seems not ethical.
Yeah, probably not.
Follow-up question. If you table your opponent, you eat their model. That's cheese? Love it.
All right, that is
No.
going to bring down Beast. Wow, starting with...
Is
4,
this
converting to
psychology? Was I
6.
right about that?
And that is going to be Beast's KO'd.
Woof. So that Black Bolt just cleared that area.
K.O.
Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, that poor Beast got beat up.
By the way, chat, you guys have been on the ball this weekend with these KOs and dazes, so thank you for that.
Really appreciate it. What are the tokens Dutch has on Beast and Lockjaw and the other one there?
What's that?
Let's go
These
crazy!
tokens.
The red ones?
They're like yellowy. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. What are the yellow tokens on Lockjaw, Beast, and Toad?
Inhuman Royal
Oh,
Family.
gotcha.
Yes, they got their just
K.O.
I assumed that was the case, but like I was like, I don't think I've seen people use tokens for it before.
I don't remember what that card does, so.
That gives you rerolls.
Oh, it's like winging it, sort of, but attack this card?
Yeah.
Dope.
Well, I don't think you spend them, but yeah, I think it's just a reminder.
Oh, that's one with the OSL. Yeah, gorgeous.
Size 2 into Miss Marvel. It looks like she is going to take it all, and she's going to go down and drop her unexpected guest.
So unexpected.
Very deadly game.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
this is- they're going to have to turn the blue side of the moon red after all this blood.
The damage has been.
Oh, Dr.
K.O.
Oh, yeah. Big Blue taking my gimmick. We appreciate your work, but it's not just for you.
Oh, he already has one. Uh-oh. Will his opponent let him take it back? Nope. Mistakes are mistakes. And he's going to walk back. That is going to be a mistake to remember. So it looks like we're going to go miles.
What was the mistake?
He teleported Lockjaw back to pick up that unexpected guest, but he's already carrying one.
Oh, oops.
Double walk for Miles.
Miles is so fast.
That Miles was made for walking, and that's just what he'll do. Now he's gonna web swing and pick up your unexpected guest.
Inhumans switching power around is so good. It's like, oh, you need one more? Here you go.
I would double walk my miles, and I would double walk my miles more, just to be the man that double double walk miles to the unexpected guest at your door. Morales, 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 Miles, 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 Morales.
Trying to match your head bob, and I can't for some reason.
Yeah. I'm doing the double bounce on the drop, right? So you go boom, goom, goom, boom, goom, goom.
I also was trying to do it while looking at the screen, which is, of course, mirrored to us, so I was going backwards anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Acula.
Unexpected Mitch Hedberg, I approve.
Yeah, the new Miles, the Ultimate Spider-Man
All
there
right.
was great.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the Bills throwing water foundations at Miles. And
Nimrod is bigger than Hulk? I'm guessing Nimrod's taller than Hulk.
Spider Sense on the dodge. Doesn't convert. So he's gonna take 3? Those are
Ouch.
size
That's
3?
a 4. Isn't it? Or is it 3?
Whoa.
Oh, it is 3.
I thought they were 2 for some reason.
No, because they're big, heavy rocks. They're size 3.
And they're wet.
The wet rocks hurt more. Everybody knows it.
And then gonna hit Miles with a hammer. Miles blocking 1. Miles having spider senses. Blocking 2. Blocks it all. But he will be stunned. Ugh.
Water's heavy, too. That's very true.
Water's not heavy.
Water's very heavy.
Water's not even wet.
Ugh. I'm not gonna start this right now.
And then we're gonna fall back. Big Blue's backing me up.
You're not gonna bait me into this.
And a double beast walk.
Water is green. Amazing VHS. You gotta get your water fixed. Stun spider's a sad spider.
Speaking of water.
Hydrate.
Thank you for the hydrate. All right, that is going to be 11 to 13. Corey taking the lead.
Taking the lead.
Into round
KO!
3. So everyone is going to be getting a little extra power here this time, except Beta Ray Bill.
And Beast, because he's KO'd. And Baron Zemo, because he's also KO'd.
Correct.
Right, kill panic? Yeah, I'm not gonna. I agree, though.
We should be at about 20 minutes left in the round.
I was gonna say, we're getting close to Escort Will Schick time.
Yeah.
Relatively.
Mm-hmm.
Also remember, our rounds aren't as long as yesterday's, since we
Correct.
don't have 4 people around the table. Have we already run out of doctors? And there's only 4 with doctor on the card.
There's 26 that have DR in the card, though. Why Abomination and Angela are coming up, I have no idea. Oh, Aldrith. Okay. But Emil Blonsky. Huh.
DR?
Yeah.
Doesn't have either of these letters.
Whisper hitting Miss
Oh.
Marvel and
Because he's part of Hydra.
Miles.
Hot dogs are sandwiches. Cereal's a soup. Oh no, this again? The ocean's a soup as well. Yo!
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Blocking 1.
Yep.
Who was this at?
I don't know.
I missed. They're distracting Taylor again. Hot dogs are tacos.
So that had to be into Miles because we had the 2 rerolls instead of just 1.
Oh, that was in the Miles. Okay. Tacos are an open
And that is
face.
going to be Miles dazed.
Tacos don't have bread.
Tacos have bread.
What if it's a corn tortilla? You cannot tell me a corn tortilla is bread. I
There's-
will fight you.
I'm sorry, there's cornbread.
KO!
You're making me angry.
I mean. And this one going into Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel's gone.
Good
What are you
Lord.
talking about?
This
2,
is
4,
Dutch's
6.
Whisper.
Oh,
I'm
maybe
assuming?
not actually. She's blocking 4.
Whoever made bread out of corn. Well, that's the same. Are you going to make the argument like, oh, you put it in a banana, now it's banana bread sandwich? That's dumb, and I hate it.
So I wouldn't argue the banana one, but I would argue the corn one because there's corn flour, and if you can flour it, you can bread it.
That's a stupidly good argument. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon,
Have
egg,
you
and
ever
cheese.
put butter on a Pop-Tart, though? It's so freaking good.
Pop-Tarts are calzones. Pop-Tarts are ravioli.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts are raviolis.
Calzone's just a single large ravioli.
Okay, so that did not take out the Marvel, but it did stun and stagger her.
Jeez. It's interesting that there was so much action at the bottom in the first 2 rounds, and now it's all at the top. Like,
Yeah.
I'm impressed with how much these models are moving around. Like, that Beta Ray Bill, without having an extra move, like, he's
Yeah.
been all over the place. But when you move, throw, pizza rolls are mini calzones. Okay.
No, they're not. The calzones have ricotta. That's why they're yucky.
Calzones don't have to have ricotta.
Yes, they do.
I mean, it makes them better.
It's the difference between a calzone and a stromboli.
You're a stromboli.
Yeah, kinda. Ricotta sucks.
I love ricotta cheese.
Yeah,
Like,
you
go-
would. You like bad things.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I can't tell what Taylor's saying. So
The
I'm
best thing
gonna
about ricotta is
assume
not
he's
putting it in
ignoring
stuff.
I'm assuming he's agreeing with me because I can't hear him.
Yeah, we got Spicy Dan.
Because I can't believe what you're telling me. You're just going to take your own side with whatever
No,
translating Taylor.
he's on my side.
Of course you're saying that. It is awesome. I agree. I'll eat
What's
ricotta
Hawaiian-
out of the tub with a spoon. It's so good.
What's Hawaiian pizza? Trash.
Straight garbage.
This dirtbag over here, for my birthday, says his family's going to eat a Hawaiian pizza, so I order one. 1 slice gone. 25 people there, 1 slice gone. 6 people are like, Hawaiian pizza's good. Then eat it then, idiot. But you won't eat it when it's available because there's good things available.
Because there's better people.
It was Stefan who was like, oh yeah, Hawaiian pizza's really good. My name's Stefan.
Then he didn't eat any of it?
He ate 1 piece. No one else touched it.
Oh, he's the one that ate it.
He ate the 1 piece. Luffy's been looking for him for years.
What is it?
And to be fair, it's not just the pineapple that makes Hawaiian pizza bad. Ham on pizza also sucks. There's so many better meats.
There's better pig meat.
Yeah.
Just put bacon instead of ham.
Sausage, pepperoni, all better than ham. Ham's great.
Absolutely.
I love ham. Yeah.
You have what?
Yeah.
You have what?
Take a medicine for it.
Oh, did you say GERD? I'm pretty sure I have GERD.
Oh.
You have like insane acid reflux too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I bet it's not. Haven't had prosciutto on your pizza? I'm pretty sure
You know
I
what?
have. You gotta
Big
put
Blue?
like fresh prosciutto on it after it's cooked though,
Big
I
Blue,
think.
pepperoni, pineapple, and Roma tomatoes, better than a Hawaiian pizza.
Well, it's got pepperoni instead of ham.
Yeah.
You have to have onion.
Gross. I hate it when people make barbecue chicken pizza and put onions on it. It ruins it. Ruins it. Taylor, I agree.
What's ruins? Prosciutto is ham. Well, prosciutto's
Miss
fancy
Marvel
ham.
is gonna move up. We
I
grab
used-
that unexpected guest.
Before I got my gallbladder out, I hated smoked Italian meats because they were too fatty. It would hurt.
That was after shaking the stagger, so she is going to spend some power to embiggen. And then she's going to go bloop, 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 and go back down.
Nice. Buffalo chicken slice? Absolutely. Drizzle a ham on there, or ham. Drizzle a ranch on there with it? Kimchi on a pizza? Get out.
Pepperoni is not the most overrated pizza topping. It is the most stable and reliable.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it overrated at all. If
Yeah.
anything, it's underappreciated.
I don't think people are out here being like, oh, I love pepperoni pizza. It's good. Everyone's like, yeah, I love pepperoni pizza.
White
White
No,
pizza,
I love white pizza.
I love white pizza if it doesn't have them big blobs of
I want the
ricotta on
ricotta evenly spread on
I don't
a white
want ricotta
pizza.
on it at all.
Kimchi, you just don't put
It gets too
vegetables on a
cold.
pizza.
If it's a frozen margarita pizza?
Not all pepperonis are created equal. Fair point. That is a valid point. I like little pepperonis. I don't like the giant sandwich pepperonis
Yeah.
on pizza. Because you bite it and you can't ever bite all the way through it, so then you take the bite away and you got this big hunk of pepperoni hanging out of your mouth. You look like an idiot.
Yeah, you get the
and it
old-
gets all over your beard.
You get the old chin slap from the pepperoni.
Yeah, and then you got pepperoni oil all over your face.
Yeah, grease chin.
Ranch just ruined it? What? My favorite is the Walter at our local place in Oneonta, Tino's, which is a mix of things. It's got General Tso chicken sauce on it, General Tso sauce, some hot sauce mixed kind of throughout it. Obviously cheese, and then pieces of chicken, and then a drizzle of ranch on top, and it's delicious. It's my favorite ever. Well, yes, I do want little cups of grease with my round bread, thanks. Grease comes from the cheese, though.
Oh, I squirted all over my...
You made a mess over there.
I did. Is there a thing?
There's a napkin. Is that what you want?
Yeah. Dude, these white monsters this weekend have been
Careful.
aggressively...
Don't click.
Whoop. Yep.
All right, where are we at here? Dutch is... Oh, Toad ran over to that point to take it.
And he passes the power to Bill while he's there.
Gives it to Bill. Man, this is nice and close. We got distracted by all this pizza talk because I love pizza.
Yeah.
I'll probably have another slice today,
Yeah, same.
depending on how long the line is and everything. Can we just do
Corey,
cheese
have
and
to
black
say
olives in a pinch? Yes, I love black olives. Cheese and black olives is a staple in our house too. We had a special at Tino's. We ordered it often enough.
Yeah.
Where we would get a cheese. We'd get a cheese pizza, and then we get another pizza that was a cheese pizza, half olives, half sausage and pepperoni for my dad.
Acceptable toppings on hot dogs: ketchup, barbecue sauce, crispy onions, cheese,
Chili,
chili without beans.
cheese. Yeah, raw
Lockjaw.
onions, like finely diced raw onions. Spaghetti if you're in Cincinnati.
No, gross.
Just have something better instead, Kill Panic.
Lockjaw is going to teleport Bill.
Have you ever had a pickle on hot dogs?
Nope,
Are
don't
you a
like
pickle
pickles.
person?
Not a
I didn't
pickle
think
person.
so.
I am a huge vinegar person, not a pickle person.
Yeah. Pickle's a Chicago
Yeah.
hot dog, right?
I do.
Whole
I,
pickle
act-
spirit.
I
Yeah,
actually
I
really
wanna-
wish I liked pickles. Love
So just like
cucumbers,
'em.
love vinegar. Pickles just don't do it for me.
You can put anything on a hot dog. Who cares? It's a hot dog. I mean, like the worst part of that is usually the hot dog.
Yeah.
You can have a
Also,
really good, like it's
can we
nice,
just-
snappy hot dog.
Can we take a moment to appreciate the name Hamtaro Simulator?
It's so good. What do you? Isn't Hamtaro already a simulator? Because it's like a pet simulation.
It's an anime.
Relish. I love pickles. I don't like relish.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is. What do they add to relish to make it not good?
So Lockjaw also teleporting was that Black Bolt?
Boop.
Have you
That's
ever
the teleport
had
sound.
Pop-Tart? It's so freaking good.
In
Have you
Hamtaro
ever
Simulator,
had
any hot dog is
Pop-Tart? If you
possible.
haven't, then I think you should.
Or is it like Goat Simulator where you just run around an open world as
Nothing
Hamtaro?
is like Goat Simulator.
All right, where are we at here?
Chochacho.
Yeah, how do you say your name? Is it
Chochacho.
Chochacho? Cocaco?
All right, Black Bolt is just going to shimmy around Charlie Brown. Stay on the Infinity Canister.
Kill Panic? I'm sure there's something out there.
There is a pizza topping simulator.
There's got to be. I had a game. Oh, no, it was a spaghetti game when I was a kid. Never mind. It wasn't pizza.
Double move from Beta Ray. Spend 3 to throw Beast into Black Bolt.
Ouch. Beast is size 2, right?
Yep.
I feel like he should be a 3. He's a big dude. They throw me off when they put size 2s on big bases.
Actually, he threw Beast off. Wow. And he's not going to brace. He will take none.
I like that. Has anyone added pizza to Power Wash Simulator? I'd love to spray some pepperonis
Oh,
off
Beast is
pizza.
size 3. Okay.
He is size 3.
Yeah.
I knew it. Thanks, Kane. And Taylor, I think, also said that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense to me. He should be size 3. What?
16 to 16. Do these guys know I gotta go pick up shit?
Tell them they got 15 minutes for us. For the round, I don't know.
No.
Good news is for your interview with Chick, you don't need the table, so if they cut it close.
Correct.
Hey guys, Beast is size 3 in case you didn't know.
Oh,
Thanks,
is
Big
size
Blue.
3?
Beast is size 3, but none of the Asgardians are.
Oh, Beast is size 3?
Bonus round. Fight!
Toad is size 2? Does that mean Beast is 3?
Oh my god.
Oh.
You know Spider-Ham's 1?
Is he?
He's size 1. He's a little piggy boy. Got bit by a radioactive pig.
Well, he could in the What If event.
It's looking like they're way more assassins. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I feel like you could also include characters that like were an assassin at some point, like Taskmaster. Definitely counts.
Didn't we have a big conversation about this on Wait at one point?
Probably. I don't know. We haven't done that show in a year.
That's fair.
I'd love to bring it back. I don't know when we ever record it, though.
Yeah. I would too.
Hawkeye, yeah. He's been an assassin for sure. I mean, obviously Elektra.
Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel's never been an assassin.
That's true.
What was it?
When she's in Biggin now.
Oh. And Biggin. I love the ones I've seen people paint Miss Marvel, like the MCU Miss Marvel with like the glowy and Biggin.
Black Bolt's going to spend for the defense here.
Cynical Gaming, thanks for the follow.
Miss
Damn
Marvel
Hero
reroll.
Thor. Oh, true. The new Thor is size 3. That's
Humans
right.
reroll. 2 go through on Black Bolt. Guys, have you heard Beast is size 3 and relish and mustard are great on hot dogs? Only half of that's true.
I get 2/3 of that is true. Mustard's fine on a hot dog.
Oh.
Mustard and ketchup together. Good.
Mm.
Oh, I like to put a little smear of mayonnaise in the bottom of the bun first.
Sid, shut up. Shut your mouth. Ugh.
Do you know how loud those and follow it? To us, they're not that loud. It's just like a boom.
Oh.
Also,
yeah, I turned it up
Nick
for
the
the
Git,
video
thank you for the
yesterday.
follow.
I'll turn that back down. Thank you.
Heck is wrong with you? With the mayonnaise thing? Oh, it's delicious. Mayonnaise and then like a slice of cheese on the bottom.
Right,
Put the hot
Black
dog on,
Bolt
it starts to melt the
into
cheese.
Miles.
Real good. And then
Going
barbecue
for.
sauce and onions
Black
on
and
top.
My spitter senses.
What does that even mean?
Human.
Man, that has gotten way worse.
Yeah. Black and 2.
It's not on the hot dog. It's under the hot
With
dog.
Pierce, gonna take 3, right?
It's under the sauce.
And gonna recal it.
Recal. It's 2.
3.
Block and
that was
1.
wild, I think. Blocks 1, takes 1.
Might as well crack an egg. Ew, that's not even close to the same thing. I don't think. I love mayonnaise, though. Tim, it's like probably his least favorite thing in the world, mayonnaise.
Lockjaw passes a power over.
And
then
eating
we're
it?
gonna get a whisper.
But I enjoy it a lot. How do people feel about dipping fries in mayonnaise?
Gross.
Because that's
Oh,
fantastic
these
as
whispers
well.
have been off
1, 2,
the
3,
chain.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow, I mean just,
Blocking 2. Only taking 7. It's fine.
yeah. Casual 7.
Who was that into? Oh,
And
Miss
that
Marvel. She
is
gone.
going to take away Miss Marvel.
Oh, bye, Kamala.
Miss Miles, sorry. Mr. Mom with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coopster.
Oh, kill panic. Don't. No, come on. Oh, I love mayonnaise, and that's too far. Oh, it's my. Where's Miss Marvel then? Oh, she's way over there. Okay. That's off. Don't repeat it.
Kill Panic, that's why I don't eat mayonnaise. Kill Panic's like, I love mayonnaise. I love to pretend it's pus.
Yeah, right? Ugh.
I'm sorry I spit chips at you with that.
Bye, Miles. Fries and mustard? I feel like mustard to me needs to be like one of the things. I can't just have mustard. It's too much. Too acidic. all by its lonesome. I guess it depends. If it's like Dijon mustard with like bits of mustard seed in it, that stuff's delicious.
Mustard is only to be used as a binder. But we did get a pass.
Oh.
So Lockjaw's going to go. Oh, Toad's going. He moves up, passes the power. He does some stuff.
Dijonnaise sounds great.
And Toad's all good.
That's a lot of buildings.
That is a lot of buildings. Hot sauce on fries? Hell yeah.
Okay. I like it a little bit. I would have hot sauce on the
Vinegar
fries
on
and
fries,
then
too.
dip them in the mayonnaise to balance it out.
Dan!
I know you're actively eating too, so it's even better. Can I have a chip?
Yeah.
I definitely thought you could be like, no, you're talking about mayonnaise.
You can take the rest if you want.
I just want to taste.
Okay.
I don't want the whole thing. I just want to bite of yours.
Dr. D wearing one of the Arachne shirts, which you can find on the merch store.
So tell them to check out Monster Fight Club Reels because I'll be helping them with them today.
Cool.
Nice. So check out Monster Fight Club's reels because Dr. D is going to be there.
For combat, what's it called?
Reeling in the views.
Combat Zone. I was almost there. I was going to say Combat Patrol. I was like, I think that's a 40K thing.
Taylor says Dr. D's the realist.
Combat Zone does look dope. Arachne. Check out the Arachne podcast with Dr. D and various guests.
Thank you, Travis, for the sub over on the YouTubes.
Creator and runner, probably so.
Do what?
Blood and Plunder creator and
Oh, cool.
he'll be on there.
He's going to talk
Probably
about
next episode.
Blood and Plunder with the creator. So.
That's real list.
All right, Shin. I didn't see the. Oh, piece of
They were
size
just
3.
regular Doritos. I'm
Oh,
saving
you read
the
that one.
flaming hot ones for later.
Warlock is a size. Warlock is size 3? What? Because he's so dense as a phalanx?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Big girlfriend move there? What? Talking about Dr. D? I only said that because he left.
Oh.
Otherwise, he'd threaten me. I love how close this game is, how bloody it's been.
Yeah.
We've got, what, 3 or 4 characters KO'd at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Like, crazy.
I don't want all of your chips. I just want some of them.
Yeah, just wanted a bite. Oh, that's the girlfriend move. Yeah, it's actually exactly what I was going for. My wife does that all the time.
If you wanted fries, you should have ordered them.
Right? She doesn't want a bowl of cereal. She just wants 8 bites of mine. She always says a couple bites, and then I have to be like, can I have it back now?
When you take a bite of someone else's food, you don't have to count it against your calories, to be fair.
Accurate. Especially when you put half the fry back.
Right.
She just wants all the marshmallows. Yeah, that would be if one of my kids wanted to have a bite. Well, that's what I do to my kids. I have to take a bite of their cereal.
Yeah.
As many marshmallows as possible. All right, Beast moving up to get just within 2 for a throw. Can he throw him?
All right, we got a spender here from Beast. Looking okay.
Got 4 with a crit. 5?
Only blocking 1,
Ooh.
so...
He's only got 1 damage on him right now, though, so he's spending to reduce that. Like taking a marshmallow from a baby.
So that's going to have 3 going through there after the reduction. You are supposed to take candy from a baby. It's bad for them. Be the responsible adult. I'll eat their candy.
Fair. Right in front of them.
Yeah. I'll enjoy it. I love candy. And that is going to do it for Beast.
I feel like Lily's gotten really good at stealing your candy specifically.
Yeah, to be fair, every time I'm over at your guys' house, I take your kids' candy.
Good.
So,
that's less than I'm going to eat then.
yeah, valid.
I appreciate it. Unless it's like chocolate peanut butter, then I want it no matter what.
That
But I know you also love chocolate
I
peanut
do,
butter
but I
stuff.
know that's a high value item, so I normally leave those alone.
Appreciate that.
because I try to stick away from the things that you really like, right? When I take your guys' food, you could say that you've been hit by, you've been struck by a considerate criminal.
Meanwhile, whenever Taylor's over, he just steals a banana.
Yeah.
What is it? He calls it dirt bag and a banana.
Let's go crazy! Dirt bag and a banana.
Yep.
And then second action will be to move back onto the point.
That was
and
quite the
away back
yuck
to
of
safety.
beast. Jeez. Kraft Crunchy Hazelnut Spread? I'd try that. What's the
All right.
crunch in it?
Gonna move on over. And a master punch.
Zertz, thanks for the follow. What, Peter? Where did they come from?
Is he gonna be within 2 here?
I don't care what the crunch is at this point. We're scared to ask. It's probably bugs. Little bits of cricket.
What is it? Little bugs? Tim, when you think about it, the only part of your reflection you can lick is the tip of your tongue.
Just bug exoskeletons,
Not
right?
with that
Yeah.
attitude.
Why not?
Dude, I love cricket, flour, and chips.
We should eat more bugs.
Yeah, I completely agree.
They would take way less to raise and whatnot, like way less resources.
So with the Pierce looking like it's going to be taken 2.
I think the only reason we don't is that people get weirded out by it, like, socially.
So just 1. What's that?
It's just, like, not accepted societally to eat bugs for whatever reason. I'd be up to it. I love underwater bugs, right? Lobster's the best food ever.
I love lobster.
Crabs are good, too.
20 to 18 Dutch. And that is going to have Dutch moving on. Winning his first round of the top 32 cut. Let's go ahead and take a look
Thanks, Lindsay.
at some of the other games that have finished up to see
Oh, wait.
who
I
is
got
still in
distracted
this
reading chat. We say Dutch won it?
thing. Yes,
Oh,
20 to
cool.
18.
Wow. Nice and close.
Yeah, very much so. Let me change this bad boy around here. Nice. All right, so our 1-0s, we have Mike DeLuca, Mike Jensen, Wade Lawson, Adam Foles, and Zach Magdina was right, Vredenberg. So far, Dutch is going to be added to that list. Still a ton of games left to go. Let's see who the Lockas are playing. I know, oh, looks like Alyssa is in fact still playing. Lol.
Lol.
So Ben is playing Spencer.
Other Spencer.
Other Spencer, that's right.
That's really good.
And Alyssa is playing Cole, the
Did that-
pompous
oh.
peasant goldsmith.
That's a fun nickname. He spelled his first name wrong, though. That's weird.
Let's look at some of the breakdowns for this particular event. Beta Ray Bill, #1 taken model, as well
Tied
as
with
Brace for
Zemo.
Impact. And yeah, Baron Zemo, Helmet Zemo. Oh, we have now doubled our time gem Namors.
To 2.
And there's a couple space gems floating out there too. Probably on a Thanos would be my guess. But there is going to be 1 or fewer Thanoses in this event.
Thanosis.
But yeah, Wedding Party seems to be the most popular crisis of this particular event, as well as Deadly Legacy Virus, tying with scientific samples found in Discovered Universe. Pretty cool.
Oh my God, kill panic. I tried to eat a
Oh,
grasshopper
space ball.
once at an English lawn party, but told that it's not cricket. Oh, no. I love how you said the joke's going to kill when they finally see it.
All right.
Oh, that's a big groan joke for sure.
All right, so guys, I'm going to be back in about 20 minutes with Will Schick. Get your questions ready. We have a handful that we've had approved as well to talk about. A lot of my Sentinel ones did not get approved. So
they're just gone.
Yeah. So
bad.
I'm not allowed to ask if Omega Sentinel Omega Prime Sentinel is going to be able to have my face on it as an option.
Why would they get rid
like
of that question?
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
It's an easy no.
Yeah. No, actually, Kill Panic is not the CMON people. That's a different gaming company. He's from Atomic Mass Games. Get your shit together. Rubik's Cube on Noir? Ooh.
That would be fantastic.
Great question.
That'd be fun to paint.
All right, we'll be...
Thanks,
after
everybody.
These messages, we'll be right back.
Boop.
Oh, he recovered. He recovered. He's going right back for him. He recovered. He's going right back for him. We're going to get him. Shit. I mean, shoot. Shoot. Shuckle my butters. Ooh, was that the flechette gun? And a bolt. How was the water pressure for the shower? Was it up to his standards before you choked him? So first off, here's the good news. He was actually the migrant in this particular situation. So he did the choking. It was very nice of him. Like I said, 6K in 3 rounds.
All right. Somebody playing with chords over there. Oh, it's Lindsay. Lindsay just fell down on the ground. Looks like she's going to be
really
plugging in her telephone under the table.
Wow, Arthur has 0 damage on him now after we are Groot and then Groot healing himself more.
I mean, Dan, I think you said it earlier. You said a war of attrition, and that is what he's here to play. He's up in points. He's going to be probably claiming those same points again.
Tell me if you heard this one. After dinner, my wife asked me if I could clear the table. I needed a run-up, but I made it.
Clear the table.
According to Greek mythology.
That one took me a second. That's a good one.
Awesome. So you have her to go left, right?
Jam! Jam it!
Jam it!
Jam it, Bobby!
Love with Philippe Descartes. He's a really good character, and I really don't know if he pops up later on. I don't remember.
There's
I
not
think he doesn't.
anything like official for him. If you listen to Gapapa, you find out I bring him back later, mostly just for funsies. And they're in, I think it's the Power Behind the Throne companion has.
Take a whole day off, but I think I can probably get out a little early. I do like these. Ha! The timing was off yet again.
And a squirrel at each location. Don't mind if I do.
According to Greek mythology, Galactus is a big nerd. Okay, that was the last one.
It was a wild. It turned into a block. Alright, so we have 2 crits because we have a skull and a regular crit. Which ones are the ones you roll?
These are the 4 that I rolled.
Okay. Alright, so you're blocking 1 so far. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna dazer.
Okay.
We do trigger the flurry.
Beautiful.
And we get a medium move as well.
Okay.
So we do the 1 damage to her to dazer.
Okay.
Because we daze somebody, we're gonna trigger.
Hey Tom, The last thing my grandfather told me was, it's worth spending money on good speakers for your car and your home, especially if you like music. I always thought that was some sound advice.
All right. All right. All right, you.
Kara gets annoyed with me when I mess with her red wine collection. So I started adding fruit and lemonade to it. Now she's sangria than ever.
You know your boy likes a good alcohol. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. Oh, it just destroys the building. NBD. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, we can walk this off. We can walk this off. Then NBD. NBD. Okay. 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 Listen, we
Soul and body. O Bodin, Bodin our great hetman, what for did you give Ukraine to wretched Muscovites? To return her honor, we lay our heads, we shall call ourselves Ukraine's faithful sons. Soul and body.
Oh, we got rid of a hobgoblin. That's incredible.
Our Slavic brothers already took up arms, no one shall see that we should stay behind. Unite together all, brother Slavs, so that enemies perish and freedom comes.
That was a great
According to Greek mythology, never perished is Ukraine's glory and freedom. Still upon us, young brethren, fate shall smile. Our enemies.
Okay. Oof. Let's do this. You know what? Screw it. 20? Boom. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Times you will. So we still don't know where this crate is, or this chest. I think it's in the cave with more gnolls. Also, if you ever get the opportunity, make sure to get as many gnoll ears as you possibly can. They are so good alchemically. 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 You don't need a rotten carrot.
My glasses and they're not there.
I definitely didn't see that one coming.
Hey. I don't get it.
Because I don't have glasses on.
Okay. I was like, where's Okoye? How much damage she have? She'll spend one to pick up the invitation because I guess I should actually try to get points.
Sounds made
I kind
up.
of forgot about those. Invitations, that is.
No breathings.
And then we're going to move over here.
Okay.
According to Egyptian mythology, ancient builders were not entirely sure how to build pyramids. They could only do it to a certain point.
I don't hate that. I really don't. Wow, Dr. D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I appreciate that heavily.
According to Greek mythology, my mother used to say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Lovely woman, useless surgeon.
And breathe. And breathe. Ugh. Okay. Here here at Fraggle Rock. Forgot that, actually, please clip that. I wish we, had an SMG or
Purple burglar. Purple burglar. Purple burglar alarm. See, in American, that's American accent. That's not hard. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar. What the hell? Purple burglar alarm. There's no reason that should be that hard. There's no reason.
for invisible elves.
Tom, let
Yeah.
me tell you.
Huh?
If you think Thursdays are depressing, you should just wait 2 more days. It will be a sadder day.
All right. All right. I didn't see the ending of that one coming, actually. I was like, why? What's going on Saturday? So, yeah, all right. I'll allow it. That was good.
Again, not only are we going to take your kid away from you, we're going to kill him.
That this guy was my friend. Mine. This is why we're not going to get people to play with us. Chris gave us a really good shot, and you guys murdered him 3 games in a row. You murdered him 3 games in a row. You were getting shot by a manticore, yeah? I'm sorry, Chris.
From an enemy character?
Yeah. Ah, fuck! I don't like that one.
That was genuine. That was genuine terror.
I have those like tingles in my shoulders from that.
Wow. I'm so used to it streaming with earbuds and fucking loud shit is like, okay.
Right?
You know what gets me all the time? I have a quack.
Yeah.
And it just makes me jump so much. Anyways.
What was I doing?
You're gonna remove a damage from Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, from Black Panther? Yeah. That,
I mean, I'll take either.
That really, I don't.
That one's gotta go, folks. Or it's gonna be Bits. Oh, it is Bits.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Okay, thank you, though.
You shouldn't have told Wraith that that scares you, because she's gonna use it all the time now.
Ah, nuts. Ah, dude, today was a hell of a stream. Hell of a good time. Dr. D, holy crap.
Tim, I need you to answer a question. According to Greek mythology, can you teach me how to make flips later?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. That is something I could do for you for certain. I actually don't really know. Alyssa would be a great person to enlighten you on that.
I have a question. For the art store affiliation battle, can I bring Beta Ray Bill and the Inhumans? Pwetty pwetty please. Who let the dogs out? Who? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who?
usually do like a Mr. Rogers, like, oh, hey there, guys, it's me, it's Dr. D. We're here to, I welcome you to the disaster zone. I quote Bob Ross things a lot, so I feel like that's kind of the vibe I'm trying to give off.
Hang on. Right there. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. That's cool. All right. Well, Alyssa, I never should have doubted you. You're perfect and I never doubted you. I doubted me. You're wonderful and perfect.
Area will be caught on site. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Groot and Eyes on the Prize. I like Eyes on the Prize a lot.
Absolutely. Do we know who won priority? Dayton? All right, so that's going to have Dayton with priority.
Shield has priority. So Lexa yesterday was showing me most of the way through yesterday's tournament that Longshanks has some really cool data aggregation that you can take a look at where
Okay. Listen,
Soul and body. O Bodin, Bodin our great hetman, what for did you give Ukraine to wretched Muscovites? To return her honor, we lay our heads, we shall call ourselves Ukraine's faithful sons. Soul and body.
Oh, we got rid of a hobgoblin. That's incredible.
Our Slavic brothers already took up arms, no one shall see that we should stay behind. Unite together all, brother Slavs, so that enemies perish and freedom comes.
That was a great
According to Greek mythology, never perished is Ukraine's glory and freedom. Still upon us, young brethren, fate shall smile. Our enemies.
Okay. Oof. Hey, do you mind if I extract with you? Sweet. Just did like a naked run and just needed 2 Ichor bulbs and found them, and it's like dope. Now I have your white rusty SMG.
So there you go. With that, and of course Gwenpool has a whole bunch of different retconning abilities and things that she can do to kind of utilize her knowledge of the fact that she's in a comic book, but also able to do all the comic booky stuff to pull it out. So I'm looking forward to it. You're going to see the tactic cards in the future. The tactic cards get even wilder than these fine folks here. So watch for those on all the social media. But these were 2 characters that were very fun to pull together. Do you have any?
Yes, so we've got another Black Widow, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Nick Fury Jr., Bucky, Bullseye, Luke Cage, Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos, Crimson Dynamo, and Rhino.
Nice. So what do you think we're going to see from Wreath today? I think we.
Which gets me started on Namor. Did you see me jump? That scared the shit out of me.
How was the water pressure for the shower? Was it up to his standards before you choked him? So first off, here's the good news. He was actually the migrant in this particular situation. So he did the choking. It was very nice of him. Like I said, 6K in 3 runs.
Established these nuts. I don't know why that was so funny. That one just really tickled me. What are you doing? Do I know you? Are you somebody I know? Like, sort of IRL? Have we taken a shower together? Did we go to college? Jesus. Sheesh. God. That scared the hell out of me. I was just in here by myself for like 5 minutes. That just scared the crap out of me. That's what Daddy likes. By the way, if you guys have not been taking clips, you guys should be ashamed of yourself, because I have said so many things that I would be embarrassed to see play on the clip thing. And you guys need to step it up.
I'm a huge dummy. Huge dummy.
So now we're just using a little bit of that Rhine oxide, and we're going to clean up some of these transition lines. Very, very watered down. I know a guy in Malden that would love to get all of your rice in.
All right, and we are back, and I am joined.
Man, not even an audio check. I like how you guys roll.
We just roll.
You just
You know
go.
what I mean?
You just go.
I feel like at this point people know us well enough to know we're just going to send it.
Well, that's fair enough.
And
That's
kind of
fair
hope
enough.
for the best. But we're joined by Will Schick.
You are.
Coming off of a pretty overwhelmingly positive studio reveal. We were monitoring chat yesterday, and there wasn't really much to monitor.
That's great. That's great. That's what we want, right?
Which is great.
Yeah.
So, but let's jump right into it. So with the reveal yesterday, there's now, what are we at for actual model count? It's like over 190, right? Closing in on 200, or just past it with what was announced yesterday, probably a little over.
With what was announced yesterday, I think we finally eclipsed the 200 mark. So
yeah, that's a lot. With that said, what's the design headspace for keeping characters fresh when bringing in new characters kind of into your guys' development cycle, which I know can sometimes be a couple of years?
Yeah, so I mean, a big thing that we always look at, right, is one, just accurately representing the character.
Yeah.
So we try not to constrain, telling the narrative of the story and everything by what already exists. I think some of the tools that we have, in order to be able to do that well, is you have affiliations, right? So you can have two characters that largely do the same thing, but if they come from different affiliations,
right,
now all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, I was splashing this character, but now I have the access to this character that's in affiliation. That opens up more roster building possibilities, more ability to splash other things that might be deficient in my list.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. And then, of course, the other one is always like, you can get a lot of mileage out of having abilities that touch the same areas or do the same things within the game, but do them in different ways. And so we'll play with that as well. And then you always have the, one character, both characters might have some good control, but for example, you might have a character that has a really great spender with a throw, whereas the other character that's good at control doesn't have a throw. Now you have this one point of differentiation that makes some choices and options there.
Right.
And then a lot of playtest, right? It's a lot of looking at how does this character compare? Is it overshadowing something? Is it underperforming? And those kinds of things. And usually when you have those comparison points, it does make playtest a little easier because you have a baseline as opposed to bringing in something that's like brand new, you've never done it before, and you're just kind of like guessing. Everyone's like, oh, I think it's good here, I think it's bad here, that kind of stuff. But it is largely something that we don't particularly concern ourselves with in the design process and even the initial development process. Mm-hmm. We only address it when there's clearly an imbalance in like, well, this character is basically this character, but does everything this character does better. Right. And at that point, we have to go back in and we kind of like fix it up.
So I guess in that design space, so like in Marvel as a whole, some might say be a couple mutants, maybe a lot of mutants as a whole.
Well, it depends on when you're looking at the list. Post M Day. Not quite as many. But I think they've come back now.
Yeah, and especially with the current storylines and stuff going
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
they're really kind of in a good spot. But so how does the team balance giving fans characters they both love while keeping a healthy mix kind of across all the different sectors of the Marvel universe?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just try to be cognizant of the fact that every character is somebody's favorite character,
Yeah.
and obviously you want to do the most popular characters when you can. And your Wolverines, your Spider-Mans, your Iron Mans, like they're the ones that are bringing the boys to the yard.
Correct.
To coin a phrase.
Because their thwips are better than yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. See, here we go. This is where it all derails, and then Ross is like, "You're never allowed back on in." So you definitely you want to cover those, but then also we want to make it feel like the Marvel universe. And so going into some of like the lesser known characters, your Sins, your Vipers, maybe even a Beta Ray Bill, right? Like for as popular as he is among a segment of the community and the Marvel audience, he's not necessarily what I would call an A-lister. Overall in terms of recognizability and stuff.
But certainly a favorite for passionate.
Oh
fan
yeah,
base
yeah,
for a
yeah.
character
And
like Beta Ray Bill.
And so things like that. And what you kind of like wind up doing is you say, okay, we haven't done Jubilee yet. It's a great example. We need to do a Jubilee. We know we're going to do a Jubilee. When's the right time to do a Jubilee? We kind of pick that on the map, and then we say, okay, what do we want to do around that? Well, let's do a Havoc. Let's do Multiple Man. Let's do a Danny Moonstar.
Yeah.
Right. And we're looking at these places where we can build into like, okay, so we have New Mutants and Danny Moonstar can give them a little bit of a boost, and we have X Factor now and what plugs into X Factor, and now we have Jubilee who can go into these different places, and you kind of look at it from a whole perspective, and you identify characters that you haven't done or that will add something to the gaps in affiliations or bring new affiliations to the fore, like Blue
Right.
Marvel and Spectrum. Blue Marvel was one that I was really excited to do. He's a character that I've always loved in the comics. He's not necessarily the most super well known. Spectrum is kind of the same. Like she's obviously had a boost with the MCU and that kind of stuff recently in terms of like identifiableness and popularity. But bringing those two in not only offers some new options and opportunities to Avengers, but it also allowed us to bring in a kind of a limited, powerful affiliation in Mighty Avengers.
Yes.
And so to be able to explore some of those corners, and that's another interesting tool that we have is that, we can say like, for example, New Avengers, you can say West Coast Avengers. You have these little hit points that you can make smaller drops of characters that then function really well within an affiliation. They can have some splashability. Winter Guard is another great example of like, a limited kind of drop where it's like, here's these things. We can do these. They have kind of an in-game like bubble that they exist in, and then they can also spread out due to how the game works.
Well, and New Mutants, I think, was a great version of that, too. I mean, having, like, Sunspot and Warlock being able to be in kind of a bunch of different affiliations that already existed in addition to New Mutants coming out with it, too. It was like, there was a lot of versatility for those particular characters, just kind of like from the get. On to kind of the tournament side of stuff. So, like, Timeline and Worlds are happening at the same time.
Right
and
now.
People are pumped for it.
Well, have you seen that Timeline trophy?
I mean,
it's
so
incredible.
Yes. So we were talking to a gentleman yesterday who had qualified for Worlds. He's like, "Yeah, but I'm playing the Timelines tomorrow. Have you seen that trophy?" So now that they're kind of sharing the spotlight a little bit, like going forward, will they kind of be their own separate entities and experiences, or do you see them kind of like blending together at some point?
No, I don't think so. I mean, as we discussed when Timelines came out last year, right, in the ramp up and everything, and our goal is to create a number of formats that allow players to approach the game in different ways, that challenge players in different ways. Timelines, I think, is still very much for a certain type of player. It's for that player that really wants to do the deep dive list building, wants to figure out from this limited set, how do I make all these different rosters?
Right.
Where do I employ those different rosters throughout the course of the event? There's a lot of turn zero in Timelines, right? It is much heavier on that ask, whereas, and I think that's really cool and obviously very exciting to us as we discussed, but it's a variant format of the game.
Right.
And so we don't want to push players into that, because the core experience of the game, or a more standard core experience of the game, is through the Challenger, and the worlds, the open worlds, and that kind of stuff, where you're playing more of the base level. It's like, I have a roster, I come to the game, we do the crisis cards, we do that. Obviously, we're continuing to, add different elements, like the crisis card selection now that's in Challenger. which gives us the opportunity to kind of curate different questions and challenges for players that they have to work through, but at a much smaller level than timelines. And another big thing about why that list exists is that we want, as designers and developers, we want the ability to create a wide variety of different mission types, a wide variety of different crisis types. Not all of those things, while they might be balanced, will be great fits for a challenger event, right? Or for a tournament. By having a list where it's like, okay, here's these approved ones for this format, here's these ones for this format, and then when you're playing the game, just for a local pickup game or whatever, you can play with any of the crises you want because we know they're all relatively balanced. It allows us a lot of flexibility to make sure that the game is always interesting and fresh at all of the different sets.
Well, I've always liked, I think how you described it right before Gen Con when Timelines was revealed, right? That it's really the mastery of the game itself and those characters, because it creates a lot of dialogue where people are bringing really high splashable characters and stuff like that, and I really enjoy actually hearing competitors kind of talk about, it's like, well, this character I really need for here, but if I'm going to save him for this, then I'm not going to be able to have him on the other 3 rosters. And so for me, that's I love the dive into the data and stuff afterwards for that, which is just really aesthetic, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that that idea kind of comes from the dev brain in general, because that's how you're always thinking about the game at work, right? Is like, okay, if this exists here and this is here and this is here, and how does that work? It also gives us the opportunity to kind of like mess a little bit with the timeline of the game and say, okay, well, what do players do if these options don't exist but these ones do? Talked a little bit about how it lets you kind of relaunch the game in a different way with all the different expansions, because it's kind of how the life cycle of the game goes, is that one thing comes out, then the next thing comes out, the next thing comes out, and they kind of iterate on each other.
Yeah.
So it is one of those ones that it's really fun. I'm super thrilled that so many people have gravitated towards it, and the response last year was amazing. We have like more players this year, because you never know. We assumed people would have a lot of fun with it, but we knew it was a big ask, and it seems to have really taken off. So I think it's going to be a really strong format for the game going forward.
Talking to a lot of the individuals that participated in it last year that were like kind of a little on the fence about it, the attitude and feeling afterwards was so overwhelmingly positive. Talking to the people in the top 8, top 16 and stuff like that, they were like already thinking about what was going to be happening next year, and it's like, okay, well, if I don't have access to these, or what of these particular aliases are going to be in it, I think that the feedback from that was pretty stellar. So on that point, because Timeline normally, or at least so far, only consisting of one of any particular alias, when you are creating a new miniature and card for an alias that is already in the game, what type of special development care do you guys take in making them feel different than a character that's already in the game, or their previous version already in the game?
So this kind of goes back to, I think we're helped a lot by the fact that, our goal is to translate the character from the story into the tabletop. And the characters that get different versions are typically characters that have multiple storylines or story arcs.
Yeah.
And they are very different between the two, right? So, you look at like you look at Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's a great example of that.
You have, young Peter Parker trying to come into his powers, not quite efficient. He's a 3 threat. He can do some cool things, but he's not quite there. Then you have the 4 threat Spider-Man, who's like, he's starting to figure it out. He's a little older than Spectacular. He does what he does. He's a bit more of like the annoying like Spider-Menace. And then you have Amazing, which is Parker in his full form. Right? Like, this is hopefully the Spider-Man everyone thinks of when they think of like Spider-Man just kicking the crap out of everyone and being the best neighborhood Spider-Man that he can be.
Correct.
And then you look like Wolverine, right? You have Wolverine, who's very much a core of the Uncanny X-Men in his yellow suit. You have Logan the Wolverine, who's like the loner, and when he's off on his own like adventures and stuff, he doesn't like being around people. He has all this other kind of like stuff to them. So those, just drawing from those storylines can really help. And then sometimes with like your Captain America's, who's a pretty consistent through line in terms of his story arcs and who he is as a character, you just say, okay, well, we focused on his Guardian aspect in this version. Let's really see him as the Brawler in this version. Let's see him as, the Vanguard in this version. And you start to build those ones out as well. And so you can take it from a playstyle perspective, because some characters, right, like a lot of the A-list superheroes, they can do it all.
Yeah.
So you start to kind of define their roles within the tabletop, and that gives players, you know, the option to say, there's a couple different great ways this works. It says, all right, I really love Captain America. I can now pick the Captain America that works best in my roster, or best within my thing. Like, I need the bodyguard one with the great leadership, I'm going to pick that one. I need the aggressive one with the aggressive leadership, I'll pick that one. I don't need him to have a leadership, I just want to run like Invaders or S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever, I'll pick that one.
Yeah.
And then you also have the thing where, you know, a lot of the characters have different threat values, which allows you to always get that character in. You're like, I can't afford another 4 or 5, but I do need a 3, so I'll take Spectacular Spider-Man because I love Spider-Man. Providing those player options is something that we're always looking at. Like, what differentiates a character between its past version, its new version, is not just its abilities, but also how it can fit into the overall army building of stuff.
So over to the kind of the quality of the sculpts, the stuff that we've seen come out the last 2 years is really kind of on another level. I feel like as time has gone on, it just gets better and better. So are there what have you guys learned, or what are some of the kind of the key points that since, you know, MCP first release that have really kind of been huge sticking points? It's like, you know, thank gosh we learned that, because now going forward we're going to have this particular skill set.
Yeah. So like anything, right? I mean, it's a craft, right? Creating things is a craft, and you get better every time you do something. So every time our engineers and our sculptors like finish a miniature, they have learned lessons that they apply to the next one.
Yeah.
And so it is an iterative process where, you know, we always joke about how the second that something is done, we take about 5 minutes to say, this is the coolest thing we've ever done. And then we move on to the next thing, and we finish that one, and then we look back at the thing that we're like, this is the coolest thing we've ever done. We're like, that thing's crap. This new thing's the best thing we've ever done, right? We have a motto in the studio that says, you know, reach for greatness, and then once you're there, reach beyond it. And that's what we're always trying to do. We're always trying to improve our skills. I think it comes from the hobby standpoint as well, right? If you paint miniatures, if you play these games, you know there's a drive to just continually improve, and you get to see that improvement. So there's a lot of just like learned things, you know, when it comes to like those original miniatures versus now. One of the interesting things about those original miniatures is they were originally designed to be in soft plastic. And because that was the material that Asmodee was doing. But then Asmodee moved into, as a publisher, looking at hard plastic, and so they're like, hey, we have this opportunity, can we do that? And we were like, woof, that's a pretty big ask, but we'll do our best to like make that shift, because we wanted, you know, everyone wants the better quality material, right? And if you can launch with that, that's so awesome. So there was definitely a learning curve to that in terms of like how to translate these sculpts, what worked, what didn't, where we should have been a little less like particular about detail, like Zemo elbow pads. We stuck with it because we really wanted, you know, it was part of the costume, it was part of the design that Marvel approved from the reference we had, and we really wanted to prove to people that we could hit the reference. And so instead of probably doing the smart thing and saying no one will really care, let's just kind of scrub these and not have them, we figured out how to do it, and that resulted in a partying situation that wasn't really ideal for anyone. And so we've become better at like identifying that. We've also become much more adept at being able to explain that kind of stuff to Marvel, to have those conversations up front and say, hey, these are the design points that we're going to change on the character in order to make sure that it's fewer parts, or, you know, it's a better experience, or it'll cast properly, all this kind of stuff. So there's a bit of that too. And then of course there's just like the growth in talent and people who are working on these things, you know, from our engineers like Kevin Kirkus and Alex, and our sculpting director Mike Jones, and Ben, and everything else. Like just so many different people along the team, along the way. Dallas as well has learned a ton. Marco, who was with us from the beginning, now running the entire thing. Evan, who works under Marco. Like it's a cast of characters and a group that has pushed and learned and continued to drive themselves towards like greater and greater heights, to the point that like oftentimes now we're blown away by what they're giving us. You know? Like they're going above and beyond what even Dallas and I are asking for in the concepting stage, and we're like, here's the pose, here's kind of the energy effects and whatever, and then we come back and you wind up with something like a Nimrod, and you're like, this isn't even what we gave you.
Nimrod is
like nothing about this, like nothing about anything that happened here except for the Nimrod itself was what we asked for, and like it's amazing. And so I think they've one of the, you know, if you want great art, let the artist art to a greater or lesser extent. And I think one of the great things that we've gotten to is that they really feel empowered, and they really have the skills and the opportunity to be able to be like, okay, I know what you want, but I'm going to give you something better. And we trust them to do that. And they have a great working relationship and understanding of the manufacturing now through Asmodee and the NPD team and all of this. And so we've just, we've continued to refine that process, and it's leading to better and better and better. And that's the goal, right? We don't want to be in the same place we are today as we are, in 2 years from now. We want to be in an even greater spot. And it's been a really fun journey, and it's awesome not only to blow people away at keynotes and by seeing their reaction to stuff, but knowing that was the same reaction you had when you walked into Cam that day and they were like, "Here's what we're looking at," and you're like, "What is this?"
Yeah, well, and too, I think one of the things that really shows kind of about how you guys do stuff is you're really only in competition with yourself. And I know Dallas has talked about that too, and I just think, yeah, kind of as time goes on, the things that, like Moondragon and the encasing around her, all of the stuff on Nimrod, Bastion looks incredible. It's just phenomenal.
And sometimes we do challenge. Sometimes Dallas and I do get a chance to challenge the engineers and not just be surprised. Like Moondragon was one where that effect came from a really gorgeous, I think it was a sideshow statue, and it was for Cinderella, and the gown was materializing out of nothing.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I was just like, we have to figure out how to do this on a miniature somewhere, because it was just an amazing effect. And I was like, I believed that it was a challenge that our amazing engineers and sculptors could do, and so they took the challenge on and they worked on it, and they came back, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. And now that is a tool in their repertoire that they get to utilize in other things in other places now. And so it's awesome to have that kind of push-pull of, let's challenge ourselves, let's see the challenge get pushed back, let's surprise people with what's there, and then always keeping in mind, right, those lessons of the initial time of, okay, we can do anything, but we also have to make sure that players are seeing success with the assembly, players are having a great time at all stages of it. We know where those pain points are, how do we address them, how do we move around them, and then working with all the parties involved to make sure that happens.
That's awesome. So big updates like rebalancing characters and rotations often come out around major events. Are those timelines intentional, or does the process flow a little bit more organically when they're kind of ready?
So traditionally they were pretty intentional, in that we kind of set aside a little time, especially with that first rebalance, that second rebalance. We were like, we know we have enough data at this point to really evaluate where things are.
Yeah.
And we were trying to kind of key into a spot where we're like, we have enough understanding of where the rebalances might be needed, and where the game wants to go or is currently, and where we think we're taking it based on how we're adjusting. Because it's a weird thing where we're always adjusting little things, not just with the sculpting, but with the rules, dynamically based on how players are playing the game, how we're seeing feedback coming in, how we're seeing results from all the different events and things like that. Because it gives us a greater understanding of what players are looking for in their characters, what questions players may need answers from, how some of the questions we've seeded, we do put in things where we're like, players are going to have to figure out how to defeat this new thing, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out how to play around Apocalypse and how he might have a little bit of dominance for a while until players come up with the solutions to him. And then potentially we have a couple of solutions planned in the works that will answer these questions or do these things. That's all part of the living, breathing game system. So we also have this point at which we're like, okay, at this point, we know the designs have moved a little bit this way. We have to shift these older characters in this direction to make them on par, or to close that, we always talk about the curve, right?
Yeah, yep.
Close the curve, and bring those together. And so it was pretty intentional. And then we got to, and I don't say it's not intentional now, but it's a little different now. So where we are now, like we talked about last night with the reissues, we're repacking and reissuing all of this original product into this new format, in the multilingual, in the combined packs. That gave us a unique opportunity to say, we have to go through all those files again, right? We're relaying out all the files in the new format, we're doing all this stuff, and because they come out kind of spread out in waves, we were like, well, this is really adding a couple more characters to a playtest cycle. So now we can do it more organically.
Yeah.
And as these things come up and as they're targeted in the thing, we're able to grab we're able to look at the 4 characters or the 8 characters in that wave and say, these are the 3 or these are the 2 that we want to address. We start talking about those internally after doing that review. We make the changes, we put them into playtest like normal, which is really important, right? You don't want to make changes without testing. And then they're able to kind of go. So that process has been happening for like the last 18 months. And now we're getting to the point where, you know, these repacks are starting to come out. They have the new cards in them, and we said, okay, we'll just take all that stuff from the 18 months, we'll drop it in one little group.
Yeah.
And then you'll see like kind of that process going forward as this stuff happens. So it is still intentional, but it's a lot more dynamic and organic than before, when we would say, let's look at the whole list from this certain set of characters, go through it, and then basically have to do a very big block of testing.
You're right. Now, and I think that too, you guys are obviously very mindful of what the community is feeling and discussing. Some of the comments during the reissue discussion last night during the reveal, specifically about like Colossus and Magic and things like that. So I think it's really impressive that not only can you make a comment like that to show that it's like, hey, we are very critically aware of the things that you guys are missing and need, and we are actively working on it. Maybe we can't always say exactly what we're working on, but we're aware and it's happening. And so I just think that's great.
Yeah. And I mean, it's important for folks to remember too, right? Like, you know, Asmodee is our publisher, so we're always working in partnership with them to get, you know, products produced, manufactured, shipped, distributed, all of that stuff. And they have their own set of requirements and responsibilities. They have their own product pipelines and things like that. You know, there's only so much manufacturing bandwidth at any one given point of time and those kinds of things. So there's a lot of logistical planning and like preparation, and unfortunately, while we would love to just like snap our fingers and do it all at once, it doesn't quite work that way in reality. So we're always trying to be cognizant of these various different factors in there. But we do hear it. We're always trying to work on a transparency and make sure players know that, you know, they're not being ignored, and that, you know, the game is hopefully in as good a hands as it can be, and will continue to move forward into the future.
Speaking of, so there is it seemed like a big focus on making games more accessible, kind of across all game systems. What were some of the key goals behind the design of the new starter boxes? Very specifically, I've always been intimidated to get into Legion.
Yeah.
I know it's been around a lot longer than I've been playing stuff. And seeing the starter boxes and really the attention to detail that is going into the price points, what's actually in them, and the efficiency of actually obtaining them and getting into the game seems really thoughtful.
Yeah, I mean, look, like these games only get greater the more players come to them, right? And acquisition is a huge portion of any game's longevity and success, and we know that. We've been working in the industry for years before AMG. We were retail like workers and managers and store owners and all of that. So I think overall, right, we understand the importance of that, and we're trying, you know, we're really looking at, okay, where can we go next? What opportunities do we have to kind of move beyond where we were and offer really great entry points? And I think one of the things that we've seen, right, especially in the last couple of years, has been an attention to price and pricing, right? The days of like the bigger buy-in and people feeling comfortable like jumping wholeheartedly into a game and getting the terrain and all that stuff from like a box like Earth's Mightiest. There's a segment of people who still want to do that, but there's also a larger contingent of players who are like, I'd rather get something at a little lower cost and try. Our big thing though is that, you know, and we've said this from the start since we did the first MCP, you know, core box and everything else, is that we want players to feel intense value when they jump into the game, and we want players to be able to interact with the game as the game is meant to be played as quickly as possible. And so a complete starter for us is a really big deal. And it's something I'm very passionate about, and I always want to make sure that because I've played a lot of different games and I've had a lot of different starter experiences, and the starter experiences that always like really bothered me were the ones where it's like, all right, get this starter. I'm like, great, I have everything I need to play, right? And they're like, well, sort of, like you can, you know, roll some dice and not really. You're gonna have to go buy all this other stuff too. And it's like, okay, but I can't even tell from this experience whether I want to engage longer. And it feels, you know, it doesn't feel as good. And so where I've always been very like excited, and where I've always wanted to see stuff go, is, you know, these new starters are, we're keeping them very accessible, right? We know that there's a ton of people who love Crisis, or who love Marvel, who love Star Wars, all these things, but they've never played a hobby game, and a hobby game can be a really steep ask. It's like oh, I got to build them, I got to paint them. The pricing is usually like kind of high, and for a person who doesn't understand that you're getting more out of that box than just the game, you're getting the hobby, and that's part of the innate value of it is the time and the creativity you get to pour into it, as well as all the games you get to play with it. The pricing can feel a little weird. So, we talked to a lot of retailers, we did a lot of like data and analysis, and basically what it was is it's like, look, if you want it to kind of be a no-brainer, you have to make it less than $100.
Yes. Yep.
Right? Because when somebody walks in that store and they pick up the box, like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. The second you say, well, it's over $100, they go, okay, I'll think about it, and they put it back. But, all of the feedback we got, all of the data we pulled was, if you say the price is less than $100, they're like, cool, and they just start walking to the register.
Right.
Because it is, like, when you go into a local game shop or hobby, that's kind of the price point that's in your mind, right? Of an acceptable, like, I'm just going to do this, it seems cool. And so we pushed for that. But on top of that, like, we weren't willing to sacrifice that starting player experience. We wanted to maintain the idea that it was going to give, like, when they said, this is the starter box, it has everything you need to play. That was true, right? And so that's what we pushed for. And we made a lot of, like, a lot of impassioned speeches to the folks at Asmodee and gave them the vision as to why this was important and how we would do it and all of this different stuff. And we worked really hard internally to be like, I have to, we have to deliver on this thing, and we did it. And so we have the starters for Crisis Protocol, which is really exciting. Obviously, there's that other part to Marvel that's unique from Star Wars a little bit. So Star Wars has the single player starters, but when you buy into Legion, you buy into that faction, right? You're like, okay, great, I'm kind of cordoned off. However, with Marvel and Crisis Protocol, you can kind of go wherever. So one of the things that we always got feedback on from the starters and we saw things with is like, but I don't want to play the Avengers. I want to play something else. How do I get in? And players would be like, well, you can get it all separately, but like it's not really a great value and you got to get all these other things. So you should just buy the starter. And that's an okay statement, but at the same time, it's like, all right, we should have an X-Men entry point.
Right.
Like, so let's make an X-Men entry point. Let's go ahead and make, a Spider-Foes entry point, because Spider-Foes are pretty popular. Let's look at what in the future, like what are some of the big hits, like Guardians of the Galaxy, as Guardians, those kinds of things. And let's have these different kind of starter experiences that allow players to come in at under $100, have everything they need to kind of play the game in an existing community, right? And then go forward. I still think, like I said last night, I still think Earth's Mightiest Core Set is a great starting point for somebody who wants to go all in, right? You want that terrain, you want the characters, you want those specific characters. It's an amazing value. But if you're kind of dipping toe in, these new starters that don't have the terrain but have everything else are going to be a great way for communities to build, to grow, to do escalation leagues, slow grow leagues, and then our ability to be able to kind of have mainstays like the X-Men one, but then also maybe have ones that rotate out and bring in different things. It's also great. It's not just great from a new player standpoint, but if you're an existing player and like you've never picked up, say, Spider-Foes, now you have a chance to do that and have it ready to go and start to play a different experience in Marvel at a great value. Then I think that's also great too, because we don't just want new players, right? We want everyone who's already a player to continue to have that experience and to have that joy and that excitement. And that's not just new characters, it's also characters that you haven't played with yet.
Well, and I think too, the reaction in chat to the value of those starters was really high. Like, they were very hyped about that. And both for Legion as well. It's like, oh, well, I'm playing this now. Like, I can do this. And I felt the same way, like sitting behind a curtain, not really being able to watch it. I was like, oh, okay, I can get into droids now. Like, I'm super stoked for that. But Jubilee, so you mentioned her a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I did.
Fans have been really hoping for her for a long time. What is there something about the roadmap that made that the right time to put Jubilee in the game?
Not really. To be fair, we always had her on the list. It was just one of those, like, there were a bunch of things that jumped before her.
Yeah.
And I think there's also that like, there's a little bit of the tease of like getting the whole collection, right?
Yeah.
Getting all of those iconic animated X-Men, that group like together at last on the tabletop. And so it was just kind of a natural evolution of like, we always planned to get to her. We never really knew when. And then as we were working on stuff, looking through things, we landed on the fact that we really wanted to hit the mutant side for the next Crisis card pack, and we had the Tolerance's Extinction thing from X-Men 97.
I'm
just
so
come back.
stoked for that, by the way. I'm such a Sentinel player.
And so it kind of just all kind of came together.
Yeah.
In a way, and we were like, all right, we have to do her. Like, now's the time, right? Like the incredible release that was 97 with the relaunch of the animated series, the fact that we were able to tie into they told a version of Tolerance's Extinction, where we now have this Tolerance's Extinction Crisis card pack, and we needed to have the core set done. We needed to have that group finally complete for players who wanted to do that, and it just made sense to slap her in there and be like, yes, now is Jubilee's time. We're ready to go. And I don't know what's next now because we're done, right? Like, we've done all the important ones. We can just step away. So it's kind of like the fourth Joker card if you ever paid attention to that back in the day. But yeah, so it was one of those things, like, sometimes those things just naturally fall into place. Sometimes things that you plan for do get like shifted away through various different things. Maybe you want to focus on something else. Maybe they don't quite fit within the release schedule or cadence plan. But we have so many characters on the list. It's kind of like Kang too. I mean, Kang was another one where he's been somebody we've wanted to get to forever, but it wasn't until like recently that we were just like, okay, now we have an opportunity in a window and we should really do it, and let's bring one of the most iconic big bads for the Avengers and some other groups to Marvel.
For real. And so like, and with the Extinction stuff as well, so we have War Kings this year, we have Extinction next year. Is that going to be kind of the flow? I know you've kind of already talked about it a little bit, but are we going to be kind of seeing those big narrative crisis focuses kind of on a yearly basis?
Yeah, so that is the plan going forward, is that at least once per year we will have these narrative crisis card packs. They will all be themed around a specific story arc within Marvel.
Yeah.
Which, like I talked about last night, it's a really great way for us as developers and designers to get really great ideas and to be able to explore different things. Like Tolerance's Extinction, for example, because it's all about the Sentinels hunting the mutants and Bastion trying to do that. We got to do some really cool concepts and challenge Ben with some new ideas to make work within the game, like with if you've played the Ultimate or the Spider-Man Ultimate Encounter, where you have the cameras and things like that. Like, we started to implement some of that stuff in there, and so those crises I think are really going to shake up some of the expectations on what a secure means, what an extract means. We all remember the sad tale of Wakandan herbs and how that didn't work at all in the way that we had hoped it would work. I think we went back. We always wanted to go back to that concept and figure out a way to make it work. This new one has some of that baked into it as well, in terms of like offering some differences to how players engage with those, and then obviously that adds variety to the sets and people's decks and all of that. So, but they will be a regular thing. The format that War of Kings presents, where you have the crisis cards, you have an attached character to them, is also going to be the thing. I mentioned last night that the generic Omega Sentinels will be part of that pack, because they're obviously pretty important to that storyline and everything. So that's kind of what to expect from that one going forward, and they'll be along with Nimrod and Omega Sentinel Prime, I guess, and Bastion.
So one of the big surprises for me in the reveal yesterday was...
and I will give you this. There is a Sentinel rework as well.
There is?
There is.
For existing Sentinels?
Yes.
That makes me really happy. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I was amazed you didn't ask, but,
I did. It got cut. So one of the big surprises for me was Ironmonger and Iron Lad. It was a big surprise. I'm a huge Young Avengers person as well, so just seeing Iron Lad on the screen was really exciting. But Ironmonger, what was the drive or the focus behind the design for him for the team?
I think he's just one of those like iconic Iron Man villains.
Oh, yeah.
And Iron
Yeah.
Man is kind of a big deal. And of course, you know, I think a lot of people really remember Ironmonger from the first movie. And we wanted to do doing cool Stark suits is always there's a contingent among the engineers that is like their jam. So we like to throw them a couple of suits now and then. And one of the things is like, so that those packs originally they were split up in the initial plan, right? It was supposed to be Rescue and Ironmonger, and then it was Kang and Iron Man.
Yeah.
Right. But as we talked about in that reissue and everything, going forward, right, we've really tried to consolidate the line, combine more value into the boxes for players. And that's not just for the reissues, it's also for the new products going forward. So I know a lot of people have been like, oh, I see that there's 3 characters now in all of these representations instead of 2. Or, you know, last night there was 4 in the Ironmonger pack, and I made the joke that I was like, well, they're loosely designed because they're all Stark armor, like, basis.
Yeah.
Because Kang uses Stark technology in his future stuff and yada yada. But we kind of like pushed some things together in that, and like the original idea for Ironmonger was that he was a good parallel to Rescue, right?
Yeah.
These are
Yeah,
suits
very
that
much
they're based off of Tony Stark designs. Rescue adds some pretty interesting stuff to like Avengers and a couple other affiliations, like A-Force, I think, and then Ironmonger, of course, adds to like the Cabal and the Criminal Syndicate. And then by putting them together, we're effectively able to offer greater value for players, especially as prices continue to increase. Like shipping and logistics is more, all these things that we can kind of do that stuff. And so that was kind of the core of like where he came from and all of that. He's one of those characters that's, I think, you know, you got to have an Ironmonger eventually in your Marvel game. Right?
Yeah.
And it gave us a chance to do a gigantic armor suit, which was super awesome.
He looks oppressive, like physically, which is like perfect for that character.
And not shown yet is that he has a whole bunch of optional missiles that you can like put on him. So he's like firing all the missiles and stuff out of his like pods and everything. I told you, like the engineers, there's a contingent of our engineers that like they go nuts anytime they can do something mech.
I love it. Was there a particular reveal last night that was like a personal favorite for you that you were excited to see the reaction to?
Oh boy. I was pretty excited for 2099 to get shown.
I was
his
super
card.
stoked to see him in the case, not knowing that he was going to be, you know what I mean? I was waiting for the studio reveal, then going over to the case and be like, yo, hey, okay.
Hey, yeah. No, 2099, like I said last night, we've had designs for him since the dawn of the game, and he's one of those ones that like just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And finally now he's here, and that design that he has now is so much more modern than the one he had previously. But the through line is still the same in that he's kind of the bruiser for the Web Warriors,
which is very perfect for like it's
alongside
it so well.
Amazing. And then, so I was pretty excited for that. I was looking forward to the response to Spider-Ham. Not because he's a character that is near and dear to my heart, but I know that a lot of people really love him, and I really enjoyed the process of creating the toon rules for him, and just going like pretty wild with that stuff. And then I think from the unannounced things, like the things that nobody knew were coming, it had to be Jubilee and then Nimrod and Bastion.
Oh yeah.
They're just incredible, and I knew, and, you know, like in my 90s heart, I was like, yes, these are things that have to happen. It's going to be great.
Feel free not to answer this one, but they're asking in chat, this has been pretty consistent since the reveal yesterday, is Spider-Noir going to have a Rubik's Cube?
He does not.
Okay.
Sorry. We really flubbed on that one. He's doing that cool spider crouch pose, you know. It doesn't have a free hand.
I love that. Will, thank you so much, man.
Oh, absolutely.
I really appreciate it. And, you know, I was talking in Taylor's ear last night as he was pushing the button. And
he did a great job pushing the button, too. Okay, good. I was wondering if you needed another massage. I was gonna work out the kinks.
But I am so overwhelmingly excited for the Extinction Crisis stuff and for more Sentinels. And I was very giddy last night. So... yeah, I did. I probably blew his ear out a little bit, but yeah, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, and I think really the big takeaway for me at the end of that reveal was the new player focus, making sure the games are in a good spot, and the absolute value and the appreciation for the fans and players, I
Yeah.
think is very evident. And yeah, I'd just love to see you guys absolutely crushing it.
Awesome.
So,
Well,
thank you for everything. man.
Thank you so much for hanging out and streaming all the games and showing people what's
Yeah.
happening at AdeptiCon. Helping last night with the roadmap so everyone could see it. I mean,
yeah.
You truly are the most professional of casuals I've ever met.
There's not a lot of people fighting for that title, but
It's true.
I'm going for it every
More
time.
people should. More people should.
Right, yeah,
it's
exactly.
the right way to live.
Well, thank you, man. Hopefully you get a little bit of a break here before your onslaught of
no worries.
interviews.
This is my exciting day, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, well, good. Well, guys, we're going to be back with another round of the world's top 32 cut here in a little bit. But until then, don't go anywhere. Stay hydrated. Get up, move those legs, hit the bathroom, text a loved one, and draw me a picture of Nimrod and then send it to me, please, and I'll hang it on my refrigerator.
I like this. Your refrigerator is going to be very full of Nimrod
I
pictures.
hope so. That's been one of my goals in life. But, all right, guys, we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you so much, and we'll be back.
Pushed a little too hard on Saturday and felt rough Sunday. Jeez. You got me. All right, you did. You 100% got me on that one. scared the shit out of me.
Huh. He'll have to, if he doesn't layup. Why don't you make like a layup and leave?
My brain just doesn't work that way, making up puns and stuff.
We like to do things correctly, and puns are specifically built for people's brains that find things that are broken.
Top tier Java.
Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
That's good, Dr. D. I don't know if you can hear those redemptions coming through Charles, but Dr. D's was, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter. Run Skull Master Hydra, get the Hydra tank, it's all up there, it's 50% off. Also, Blab and Pyro, they're going to be coming out in December. Guess what else is in December? The day that those guys come out, Blab and Pyro, we're going to be going to Everwinter. It's in Boston. You can, check a link. I forgot to put one in the robots, but maybe someone will be nice enough
What
to
does she do? Tables. But how is tables a job? I can't know how to hear any more about tables.
All right.
A lot out between there.
All right, so we're going to be at Everwinter. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be... Let's go! Let's try it! Okay. More gaming, Dad. Good to see you.
He's trying to go.
It's a convention, biggest North American East Marvel tournament protocol. Okay? We'll be there streaming. It's going to be a good time. Get your tickets now. They're on sale. The hotel rooms are
Not my dad!
He's like the tank. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Link Stat Man. What are these names? Link Stat. He had a shock thing. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. Kip Killigan. Yep, he's the sneaky guy. Yep, I do remember that. Vasquez. I don't remember that. Pretty sure that's an Aliens reference, but sure. Oh my gosh, they have the names of these things? I forget the names. Archer. That was his name. He's the leader. That's right, he had the little arm crossbow thing. That's right.
This guy was my friend. Mine. This is why we're not going to get people to play with us. Chris gave us a really good shot, and you guys murdered him 3 games in a row. You murdered him 3 games in a row. You were getting
shot by a manticore. Yeah. I'm sorry, Chris.
I have a
This is
question.
like-
For the art store affiliation battle, can I bring Beta Ray Bill and the Inhumans? Pwetty pwetty please. Who let the dogs out? Who? 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 Who let the dogs out? Who? 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 Who let the dogs out? Who? 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 Who let the dogs out? Who? 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 Who?
That was good. That was well done. Whatever. Whatever,
According
Tim.
to Greek mythology, bros don't let other bros walk around with their flies down. It's called the zip code.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. We're gonna snap here.
Oh, so good.
So, before I pop off, why don't we ask one of the new trivia questions?
Yeah. Well, we'll do one right now. We got a bunch of people here ready to get your fingers ready or thumbs ready to type in your answer. First one to get it correct will get your information to send you one of these card packs. What do we got for a question?
We're going to do a couple more too soon, but when Tim gets back on.
Actually, you know what dunks taste like? Dunkin' D's nuts.
What the hell are you doing?
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
It tastes like pocket sand, huh?
Just wrote a Christmas nursery rhyme for you there.
Write that one down. Stick it on your Christmas tree.
Right, clip it. Thank you.
We haven't seen Wraith yet today.
We
He's busy
haven't.
this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, back to Arthur. He's got Thanos, Groot, and Star-Lord left, I believe.
Yep.
This.
Use that code PCME10 to get 10% off your order. Right?
Every time.
This is why Taylor doesn't allow that sound on there.
You were speaking. You are broken. Thanks, Rafe. That was great.
What, internet. Go there. We're shit.
Other great stuff with the Professional Casual Network.
Yeah, what's going on this week, Dan?
I don't even know.
Because I'm blasted now.
Mondays, we got Lost Omens podcast, where we play Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Danny's running us through the Extinction Curse Adventure Path, which is super fun. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure to do.
If Dan qualifies for the LVO before I even get to play in an event, I'm going to be real upset. But from the way he played Hellfire Club last night, I don't think I got to worry about it.
Where's our Cosmo?
According to Greek mythology, Tim has given me way too much power.
If you were sitting around thinking, man, I really like Arachne, but I want it to be way more uptight, listen to Metachem.
Here at Fraggle Rock.
Actually, please clip that. Ah. I wish we had an SMG or
That's what Daddy likes. By the way, if you guys have not been taking clips, you guys should be ashamed of yourself because I have said so many things that I would be embarrassed to see play on the clip thing. And you guys need to step it up.
Oh, boom. Nice, 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 nice. Whoo, baby. Alyssa.
Hi, welcome back.
Can we set it like right in here? Hell yeah. Out of the way, love it. If I make a video for professional casual for my Bretonians like Taylor did, is it okay if I wear sexy leather pants? Yes. If you don't wear the sexy leather pants, I'm going to take it down. So that's kind of on you. Let's try to see if we can hold down a chicken nugget.
Dudes in there that either have a bunch of money
Tim,
or...
I just got fired. They gave me a bag of used coffee. They said it was grounds for termination.
Hey, Dr. D. I'm on a one. If I recall, got to play her a whole ton at Gen Con, and I think that yeah, Deadly Origins. If you get the finisher, you get a shock baton follow up, and a medium advance. New Black Widow is real good. I expect to see her quite a bit. She's a very, very solid 4.
It's cool to see a single character go through almost all the threat values.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, on the opposite side, having Captain America all...
I am sorry and want to. According to Greek mythology, why did the computer go to bed? Because it had too many tabs open and needed to crash.
You brought me an entirely different way with it. Oh. Protein?
According to Greek mythology, if lunch options are chicken meat or German sausages, you have to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Don't hate that. Don't hate that. It's not the worst one I've heard, but come on, Brat. You can do better. Get it. Oh, so this is just kind of its own, like, little secluded part of the beach.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Oh, anything Tim Robinson is like the cat's meow, you know? I'm a huge dummy. Huge dummy. And tacoed. So what you do is you take some shells, right? Some pasta shells, and
According
you cook
to
up
Greek mythology,
some...
Chiron was also a horse whisperer. He could always tell when they were feeling a little hoarse.
Okay. That actually, like, hurt my head a little bit. Oh, God. All right. A lizard tried to poke a tree with his pointy tail, but between his legs is where that tail remained, as lizard did no damage, and he's the one to blame. Just wrote a Christmas nursery rhyme for you there.
As a reward, I will say this. I was at a bar last night and the waitress screamed, "Anyone know CPR?" I said, "Hell, I know the entire alphabet." Everyone laughed. Well, everyone except this one jerk.
Oh, that's really good.
Hang on. Right there. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. That's cool. All right. Well, Alyssa, I never should have doubted you. You're perfect and I never doubted you. I doubted me. You're wonderful and perfect.
What are you?
Tim, when are you buying Taylor a Dremel? He slaves away in your basement. SOS.
That scared the hell out of me. I thought someone was like... had to like get another shutter in there. Wow. I'm still all tingly. You need a Dremel, buddy? Did I say I was going to get you one? Or did I say I had one? This is our house now. This is our house now. This is our house now. I don't think that worked though. I don't think the voice thing worked. We're gonna break through this wall, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Let's maximize this again. Thank you. 4, 3. We're really rocking now. Ah! No, get away, man! I'm sorry. It wasn't me. I'm friendly. Ah! He threw a spear at us. We're gonna lose him. Oh, it's a bear. The boar got me.
Sitting right next to him. So I'll go around real quick. You guys introduce yourselves. If you want to give a little information about who you're playing, you don't have to do too much at this point. Just a brief overview. So we'll start with my left.
That's me. I'm Danny. And I'm playing Imren Sealgare, and she is an Ishran Tidecaster. Super exciting. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Oh, man. She's, like, tall.
Did they end up... Ooh, is that a good sausage? Rotten banana. That's not a sausage at all. Is that a rotten banana in your pocket, or are you just happy to...
You saw my head turn too. I was like, "What is that noise?" Ah, jeez. You got that. That one got me.
11 years. Well, Ben was here Saturday.
According to Tim, he constantly complains that I don't smile anymore when we are together. He is the one that wanted a serious relationship.
I actually like that one. I like that quite a bit. If I could be so bold, if I could be so honest and sincere, that would definitely be. Yeah, I definitely like that. I definitely like that. Okay. Great
According
start.
to my doctor's prescription pad, I recently learned that my grandpa has a brutal addiction to Viagra.
No one is taking it harder than
my grandma.
Oh, nuts. Ah, nuts. All right, don't hate that. Yeet.
According to
Nice.
Halloween legends, I told my girlfriend I was only scared of a single thing. She asked me which is. I said exactly.
Witches.
Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. That seriously sounded like it was my. I was like, what the? Because there's a door. The door with the washing machine. Contrast paint, which is on the other side of my model thing, which is back here. So then you take your contrast, Blood Angel red, and you just slap it on your model. Boom, blammo, you did it. You got a painted Blood Angel. There you go. Like and subscribe in the video down below. So like this leg is a good example, right? So like you look at this side, you're thinking mostly green. You come over on this side where the light's coming from, and you look at that leg, and it's just like bam, blammo, kapow, Catalina wine mixer.
My face broken already.
Dan, you got a strong face, man.
Yeah, that was harder than I was anticipating.
Listen, it was a lot harder than I intended for it to be too, man.
How many tortillas are we to break?
I feel a little bad about that.
I feel a little.
I don't want to be
I said I already feel bad about it. Wow, okay.
Whew, my face is warm.
Hey, Shane.
Shane.
Ah. Wow. Wow. You gotta take about 30 air horns to the face. Take me 3 months. Of painting 6 hours every day, then you inevitably get Viking Funeral Fair. Gimli and Legolas deck done. Nice. Wraith, I am not going to acknowledge that one. Because I hate it so much. Oh, that one made me angry. That one made me angry, Throwlash.
The rebels are terrorists, not for nothing. Remember that time they attacked an in-construction facility, killing over 300,000 people, and they celebrated it. They celebrated it. You're talking construction workers, electricians, nurses, food preparation folk, custodial engineers, all killed at the hands of the rebel terrorist Luke Skywalker.
My glasses and they're not there.
I definitely didn't see that one coming.
Hey. I don't get it.
Because I don't have glasses on.
Okay. I was like, where's Okoye? How much damage she have? She'll spend 1 to pick up the invitation because I guess I should actually try to get points.
Sounds made
I
up.
kind of forgot about those. Invitations, that is.
No breathings.
And then we're going to move over here.
Okay.
Pushed a little too hard on Saturday and felt rough Sunday. Jeez. You got me. All right, you did. You 100% got me on that one. scared the shit out of me.
What? I get to slap somebody?
You do.
Hey, I don't think I'd ever get to do this.
All right, I can slap you. Is he still alive?
I don't like this anymore.
What, the slapping?
No, him playing that card. Now it's gonna hurt me.
Why am I getting
Because I assume you're gonna throw
I
her
don't know.
into
Who redeemed
Human
it?
Torch, probably.
Ravensguard. All right, fair. All right, you've helped me out, Ravensguard, so this is fine.
I'm just gonna
doubled
throw
mine
you.
up. Ben's head is in the way.
I'm gonna be.
Move your head.
What? Sorry. Oh, I'm in the way. Sorry.
I can live with that.
Oh!
There was less give.
So hard.
Doesn't it? It swings harder than you think it's gonna.
Right, a
What if
lot
we every
harder.
time we get a new redemption?
And also the cat. Just not a good move. So what's up with CGR? Talk to me about him. Is he just like, because I know everybody was like so terrified of Immortal Hulk. They were like, oh my gosh, Immortal Hulk breaks this whole game. He's the worst thing that's ever happened in the entire history forever. Everyone's dead. Is he on like Malekith pre-patch levels?
Thanks for coming, Tim. I know you're a busy guy. Anytime you're here, we get way higher ratings. Because we're streaming straight to CNN, not a sponsor.
But if you are putting money in the front door of the 401k and the back door Roth IRA, you're really kind of DPing it, right?
Dice are ice cold.
She wants it. Oh, he takes two.
Because she did roll 5 there, so Juggernaut taking 2 damage back on his own activation.
No. That's brutal.
Very good work, Jeremy. Nice punch it down to 1. That is disappointing.
Brutes Magoots. Juggernaut has been generally disappointing for Brotherhood this game.
In chat, Taylor, why are you not an
Can you
officer?
believe it, Tim? My neighbors rang on my doorbell at 3 a.m. last night. Thankfully, I was still up playing my drums. The nerve of some people.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one quite a bit. There you go, buddy. Now you're a professional.
According to Egyptian mythology, ancient builders were not entirely sure how to build pyramids. They could only do it to a certain point.
I don't hate that. I really don't.
Twice. Because it got... Jesus Christ. God damn it.
Next one.
According to Greek mythology, it has been 10 years since Tim came running out of the room shouting, "It's a boy," with tears streaming down his face. That was the last time we ever went back to Thailand. Also, do you need me for the show tonight?
Oh, well, I reckon that one took me one way, and then you brought me another there, buddy. And I did happen to swallow a little bit of my own saliva. Ooh.
You always say your neck hurts pain. It doesn't hurt. My neck does. It's not that my neck hurts. It's that I feel the pressure in my head because I'm doing this too much. Listen, I don't need your sass. You're not my dad. This is Father's Day. Don't do this, please.
definitely don't say something stupid. Ever. I'll eat the paint. I just have to find it first.
This loadout didn't have my scanner in my butt. Well, happens to the best of us, I suppose. Let's take you out. Whoa, that was bad. Oh, whoa, whoa! Hotsy motsy. Those got real close. This free loadout is a weapon that I was not used to.
I know. His thing is humongous. There's a local homeless guy around here that's actually like known.
Ready or not, here we dance.
Ay, papi.
I
Because we are playing organized play, Tim.
Right.
We have decided here at the Power Face, through no decision of my own, everybody else's, we will be playing strictly organized play rules for the most part. Moment of silence for drop off. Big rips.
Miss you drop off.
I only got to do it once, so I'm very upset. That is I am of course still new to this game.
I did last night, Tim? No, I don't think you did. Why, did you order
To
KFC?
improve this gameplay experience, I come with a joke. I told my psychologist I am scared of living in a tall building. He said it is only an apartment complex.
You know, that was across. I mean, you know better. Boop.
This is where I would put in a bad joke, but I saw that you have feet pics for professional casual on a website called feetfinder.com.
I can't win. This is hurtful. Ah, shuckle my butters. I have a channel point redemption thing where I have to do like a just a knife run, and I just spawned in and I heard this coming and I was like, oh dope, I'll be able to get out of this like super quick. Whenever you will be away from your significant other for any portion of time, make sure the 2 weeks before you leave, leading up to you going on vacation or whatever, you change out her coffee for a significantly higher caffeinated coffee, right? Now, this will get her addicted to that higher level of caffeine, and she'll have 2 weeks to adjust. When you leave, swap it all to decaf. Every single last bit to decaf. That way, over those first few days when you're first gone, they're weary, they're tired, they have headaches, they feel awful. So then over those next few days, that gets worse and worse and worse. They have stomach pain, and then when you come back, you switch it all back to regular, right? And now all of a sudden, as soon as you're back, everything's fixed. They feel better, they're happier, they're sleeping, they're hungry again. It's guaranteed to make sure that they miss you.
Let's get him! Let's get him! Shoot him in the head! Ah! 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 Yeah! We got him! Ah! Now we got this to deal with. Let's get his gun. Shane, I can't believe you just did that though. Ah! Oh no, knives only. You're right. Oh, nuts. Good thing we're out of ammo. Oh, I think that means we have to do another knife run though.
So Dan, out of all the games that we've seen this weekend, what was some of your highlights? In order, alphabetically.
Alphabetically. Ben losing. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not going to repeat it.
So I asked for alphabetical, and Alyssa getting into the finals was, I think, a highlight for us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kara gets annoyed with me when I mess with her red wine collection. So I started adding fruit and lemonade to it. Now she's sangria than ever.
You know your boy likes a good alcohol. Like a lot. Like a lot. Ah, nuts! Ah, dude, today was a hell of a stream. Hell of a good time. Dr. D, holy crap.
Tim, I need you to answer a question. According to Greek mythology, can you teach me how to make flips later?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. That is something I could do for you for certain. I actually don't really know. Alyssa would be a great person to enlighten you on that. Also in Syracuse, this will be a 3-day event starting July 7th through the 9th. There will be a big 2-day King Ding Doppeldonger Challenger Standard event to lay your claim on who is the best Brotherhood player in upstate New York. So, I'm excited about that. There's tickets available. There will be links in the chat tonight talking about that. In addition to that, Bearded Dragon Games and Hobbies, all that great stuff. Right now, they are running a deal. Can you really?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
A lot of power behind those. Can't stay down.
That's why I have to alternate them, because if you do them at the same time, it will like lift you up a little bit. So
It's a nice little like adjustment rail.
it really is.
One thing that we do need to address, Alyssa pointed it out in the chat when we were dealing with our sound stuff. Intrusions no longer deal damage.
That's right.
At the end of it, so that is new.
Intrusions no longer. And at checkout, get 10% off your orders. I'm gonna keep probably hitting the ceiling tonight.
It's a pretty low ceiling.
Yeah, so make sure to be purchasing your local game store goodness from BeardedDragonGames.online because they're gonna need to replace these tiles tonight. In addition,
anyway, who cares?
right? In addition to that, listen, maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't, but we got some tokens and some sleeves. Guess when they come out? Next week.
What?
They start shipping Tuesday, November 1st.
That's
so,
awesome.
Nah,
According
super
to
stellar.
Insert Whatever you want here. My girlfriend told me our neighbor always kisses his wife when he goes to work, and asks why I don't do that. I told her that I don't even know her.
I like that. I liked that. I'm gonna take a moment to remember Chris, his armor, his sense of humor, the respect that he had for us, how he helped us kill rattlers when he didn't need to, when he knew that we would be forced to betray him, and he came back for another game. And then, when we were forced to betray him, and he came back for another game. And then, when we were forced to betray him, and he put up a fight. And he put up a fight. He didn't just let it happen. He didn't just let it happen. I blame Chris for not killing you immediately. We can get her back, though.
According to Greek mythology, Tim is a 16-year-old with wings made of wax. What a nerd.
All right. Between battles, too. That's super dope.
According to my financial statements, I ran out of toilet paper, so I have been using old newspapers. You could say the times are rough.
The times are rough. I bet they are.
So there you go. With that, and of course Gwenpool has a whole bunch of different like retconning abilities and things that she can do to kind of like utilize her knowledge of the fact that she's in a comic book, but also able to do all the comic booky stuff to pull it out. So I'm looking forward to it. You're going to see the tactic cards in the future. The tactic cards get even wilder than these fine folks here. So watch for those on all the social media. But these were two characters that were very fun to pull together. Do you have any?
Are you hostile? Hello. You seem hostile? Yep, there it is.
Tell me if you heard this one. After dinner, my wife asked me if I could clear the table. I needed a run-up, but I made it.
Clear the table.
According to Greek mythology.
That one took me a second. That's a good one.
According to Greek mythology.
That was it. That was the only thing there.
According to Slavic mythology, Tim went to Baba Yaga's hut. That's bad.
All right, let's try it anyway.
Oh, speed up. Jeez, okay. Busy day, huh? Okay, there we go. That's kind of what I'm after. And just to keep it a little more on the balance side, we're going to take some of the muck, and we're going to mix it in with that blue, just to kind of make it look like mud. Mud.
Did say that.
Right.
Fuck you, I heard
Language,
sorry,
Missy.
Oh my God.
You settle down, Danny.
I am so sorry. I muted myself. Give me
Wow.
the card. Give me the card.
Get out!
I'll take it. I'll take it.
See it. All right. Let's spin the wheel now that I'm winning. Let's spin the wheel. Here we go. Financial advice, 401k loans. Oh, I hope you're excited. We're going to talk about taking loans from your 401k. All right. This is so stupid.
Pick up an extract, you can't move.
Correct.
So then what ended up happening was he started turn one, hops with Storm, goes and picks up the middle center on his back end or whatever, picks it up and tries to leave, and I was like, no, you can't leave. He's like, why? You can't move. He goes, you can't move. So once that happened,
yeah,
I saw the life kind of leaving his body a little bit because he knew what was next. So I went up, threw with Storm, killed Storm top of 2. I scored, oh, by the way, I scored 7 points turn 1.
Oh, so because I'm the target of this, do I get hit with this?
Yes.
All right.
There's not much way to run this.
Let's do it. I'm
Blocking one.
There's 3.
All right, he'll take 2.
All right. Is that 2 slaps? Or
Yeah, probably. You gotta go both ends with it.
I need you to feel that. Just feel.
It's real crusty.
It's hard.
It's gonna shatter.
All right, here it is. The nice little bear. It's thematic. All right, ready? Just don't even think about it.
Oh, right in the lips. Right in the nose, too. Oh, yeah, the other side.
He's laughing too.
I'm good.
This is the most ridiculous episode. I love it.
And it's still intact. The other one broke before.
That's because you whipped it.
The world broke before the guard did.
That was internet proof of
Okay.
a pastor slap.
Yeah. Never been hit by a holy man?
So, by all means.
Fuck.
Hey, do you mind if I extract with you? Sweet. Just did like a naked run and just needed 2 Ichor bulbs and found them, and it's like dope. Now I have your white rusty SMG.
Establish these nuts. I don't know why that was so funny. That one just really tickled me.
Captain, who is Defenders.
Oh, okay.
Any probably pretty confident in that matchup, I'd assume, right?
Yeah, I mean, we both want to kill each other.
Yeah.
I think my list does it a little better.
Well, especially because you're probably going to be running kind of a more narrow list, so
Yep.
the opportunity for like a joint effort, Devil's Deliverance is not going to be as prevalent.
My goal is to get a 15-point E scenario.
Yeah.
And just run Hulk, CGR, and Star Wars, and just run it up the middle.
Hello, you daddy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so maybe we go inside.
Yeah, get in there, hide. Yeah.
No, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
I don't want to put in all that work to not even get mentioned. So I kind of just don't want to do it. Akito, that's a good idea. Akito's good. That's actually a really good idea. Clack attack streams. That's a fantastic idea. I should write that down. That's a really good idea, actually. Thank you, Ketar. Ketar guy. Clack attack streams, guys. Hero of the stream. Again, I get him every now and hell yeah, brother. I love that. You know what? Fine. I'm walking out. I'm walking out. I'm done. I'm done with all of y'all. I'm done. I'm done. I'm leaving. This is it. I'm leaving right now. I'm done. No. I'm done. I don't have to deal with this anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
But yeah, level
Tom,
cap
I have to ask you this as a doctor. Did your kid walk backwards to school recently? I heard it was back to school day.
According to a homicide police report, 10 years ago I asked my childhood sweetheart, my best friend, and the most beautiful women in the world to marry me. And amazingly enough, all 3 of them said no.
All right. We'll take it. Uh-oh. Do that now.
You have to kill him?
I didn't see you used it. I didn't see you used it, Marsupial. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chris! They spent the points on it! No! There's the heavy strider! No! This is the consequences of my actions! Ah! No, 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 no! Get up there! Oh, there's one of them too! Oh, this ain't great! This ain't great! This is not super good right now! Ah! And the heavy strider got away like a little... Come here! Ah, no, 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 no!
Tim on Dan.
Tim on Dan, yes! Give me a tortilla!
Oh, man!
Do you want bear paw or regular?
Oh, I wouldn't want to take the bear paw away from the first bear slap.
I know it's
Or bare-handed bear slap.
Oh, look at it. Nice.
I will hold it at the bottom so I don't accidentally punch
Yeah, don't
you.
hit me with your actual hand.
Ow! So much harder than I thought.
My face broken already.
Dan, you got a strong face, man.
Yeah, that was harder than I was anticipating.
Listen, it was a lot harder than I intended it for it to be too, man.
How many tortillas are we to break?
I feel a little bad about that.
Your favorite Thunderbolts story arc was. We were chatting up because I asked Tim if he liked the Thunderbolts, to which he just got the biggest raging excitement about it, and started just rattling off stuff about Dark Reign.
Dark Reign, yeah, the
Mark.
Dark Avenger storyline. And even before that, in Civil War, they were just
brutal.
A great book.
Yeah. Did we share it to all the groups?
I don't think so. And we are back here for day 2 of the Invitational here at the Las Vegas. How was the water pressure for the shower? Was it up to his standards before you choked him? So first off, here's the good news. He was actually the migrant in this particular situation, so he did the choking. It was very nice of him. Like I said, 6K in 3 runs.
Comes back up to 9 and has a long movement. He might get that before he goes again. I don't want to get run over. That hurts a lot.
It does. I've heard.
It's not even a collision.
It would be huge right now if we could subdue him before he crosses those 2 beams.
Yes.
So we have 1 round of activations.
So we need to activate 6 to do 3, and then we need to do another 3 damage from attacks.
Yeah.
Because he's at 6 currently.
Correct.
So we need multiple attacks.
Yeah, I usually do like a Mr. Rogers, like, oh, hey there, guys, it's me, it's Dr. D. We're here to, I welcome you to the disaster zone. I quote Bob Ross things a lot, so I feel like that's kind of the vibe I'm trying to give off.
The chicken's head bulbs.
Go! I'm trying to chase you, chicken! Get chased! Chicken, be chased!
The chicken's head bulbs.
I want to chase you! Help! Chicken. Must have a... let's throw it. Yeet!
That's the game done. Come here.
So, I thought maybe yeeting the chicken was gonna be the way to go. Uh-oh. Are we in trouble? Uh-oh.
You're not meant to chase it to death. Now you.
Add a squirrel at each location. Don't mind if I do.
According to Greek mythology, Galactus was a big nerd. Okay, that was the last one.
Wonder if he remembered.
Merzane, you know what? It's been so long since I've drawn a little happy corn. All the way back to...
Oh yeah, this is just for you, Mazane. Just for you, Josh. Clocks are 15:13. Okay.
All
Press
right.
the gem button. Oh,
Big
the
ol'
green
laser.
button. Press it. Well, there's a couple green. This green?
Be careful. I don't know what most of those are.
Because I'm gonna press this green button. I'm gonna press it.
And that's a happy little corn right there.
Here's the green. Oh, that's wholesome. That was a wholesome. You panicked a little bit. You panicked. Look, when people tell me to start.
I did some marketing for you as well. I took a poll and at least 100% of the people in the tent were angry when it collapsed.
That sounds like a really intense situation. Huh? Huh?